Definitely not in the information gathering episode. Would you take notes? Doesn't make sense.
We got a 4, which is Ryan.
Dude, let's
Thank
fucking go. I
God.
never get to go. All right, so basically, we were in the port town, and we dipped, and upon dipping, ran into the coolest fucking lady in the Wild West, secretly spying on us, and Maeve jumped through a tree and was like, "Take me to your leader." So at the beginning of the session, we went to the leader, which was also a bad bitch. And they were like, yeah, we're kind of like the CIA of Fantasy Realm. Like, we know you and all of your stuff, but introduce yourself anyway. And we had a long conversation that basically was like, cool, let's not fight. You do your thing, we're going to watch, then we're going to work together and beat these rifts. Because they need help beating rifts. Or figuring out how one mysteriously disappeared, right? They didn't know?
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't know basically anything about the rifts and why one left. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna team up on rifts, but we're also doing our own thing. And she's gonna fucking back off for a sec. Then we ripped one up to the forest and had the most insane like bonus turn prep ever just to walk in and go, yeah, this place is fucking sick. And I think everybody but Matute was like not affected by everything because of all the different stuff that was going on.
Yep.
And then one way or another, we ended up through the voices, through the guidance of people, through using Ren as a weapon or a target. Yeah, we deviated paths and then ended up in the Good Hood, I guess, right? We ultimately all went through our dreams unaffected and are at the reflecting pool, chilling, or an opening, right? An opening in the forest.
That is true.
We all made it there, except Willa, who is chilling at the crib right now.
I think there's a big step in between of meeting a person and learning stuff and then getting sent there.
I suppose that's true. We didn't walk into the forest. We were guided into the forest magically. Or I guess into the middle of the forest, right? Is that how it works? We met
kind of.
Is it granddaughter, great granddaughter? Granddaughter of Ren's previous dead name, that he doesn't remember. And that's the crib in which you're still chilling at, Willow?
Yes, except, yeah.
Then we all got like spooky magic to the middle. Or no, we got spooky magic to the dream. And through the dream is how we got to the middle.
Yeah. So effectively, you met Gwynedd in a garden.
That's
had a whole reunion with Ren. She's like, "Why are you alive? What's your deal? Do you know what your deal is?" Like, we didn't really get along last time we were here. We found out that her husband is Throvius Blackhand II.
And like everybody hates Ren right now. Yeah.
Basically, everybody there was like, "Yeah, I don't know about you, my guy." But Gwynedd was like, "Okay, like there's a place you can recover your memories, a chamber of memory. There, if you jump into this pool with the intent to reach the other side, you will, and you can learn something about yourself there." And then she was like, "The only way to get there is by spooky memory, though. So spooky memory time." And everybody had a nightmare that everybody described, and then you all got into this clearing, excepting Willa. Inspiration that you can use here as well. Yep, Matute and Terry are still there. I think we're gonna start here. I think with Willa.
Is it Matute? Am I pronouncing? So you don't hold on to the M. It's just Matute.
Yep.
I keep drowning. I keep carrying on the M for something like Matute. Sorry,
not part of his name.
Because he's so scrumptious.
Matute.
Yeah, so we start here with Willa. You have just seen Shadow essentially overcome your entire party, as they then are gone as it recedes. What is Willa feeling in this moment?
Shit. Okay, take me where you took them. Just get it over with. I have my swords drawn, and I'm like kind of like swirling them around, like take me.
Gwynedd turns around and is like, okay, hold on, give me. I just have to recover, and then I can cast the spell again. What? Why the sudden change of heart?
I need to be with them. I don't know.
Seems like a normal and healthy thing. I won't question it. As she pushes Shadow towards you again. This time overtaking you again. This Matute and Terry are still gonna chill here. They're not coming.
Yeah, Willa doesn't even pay attention to them.
Yeah, it's gonna overcome you.
What's Terry's
You have the
nightmare,
opportunity. Yeah. The bad Mary Jane's walking away from him. And as this darkness overcomes you, you have the option here to intentionally fail a wisdom saving throw.
What happens if I choose to roll the save?
You're gonna pass and wake up.
Fighting the nightmare to stay out of it.
But you need to go through it.
Right.
Okay.
As a DM, I am setting up the possibility that it may be something you have to roll against later. You know?
You should roll against it and drain all her spell slots.
No, I'm good.
Like, just keep.
I do want to roleplay this, Foster, and I don't know how this would work, but I do still have Intellect Fortress on myself currently.
How long does that last?
I think for an hour.
Oh, that is long.
So I'm gonna choose to fail, but I want to keep that up.
Sure. Yeah, you can still do that. By all means. Then as the shadow overcomes you, Willa is pushed into her worst fear. Could you describe to me what that looks like?
Yes. She's gonna be back home at Nar Moldar. And she's gonna be in Rex's smithing chamber. And she's gonna see him working away at crafting some gear. And she's gonna like call out to him. Rex, you're okay. You're all right. And she's gonna like run over, but as she's running, like the room stretches out, and so like she's never catching up to him. And simultaneously, she's going to be pushed out of the chamber, and she's gonna go through a door, and the door's gonna shut. And she's panicking, and she looks around, and there's just like an empty void behind her, and then there's just like the outline of the door. That's all that's left, and she'll be pounding on it. You know, Rex, let me in, please. I don't want to be alone, please. And that's it, really.
As that wraps, I think you see a sort of appearing in the void, off in the distance, these party members standing in a line just under a kind of like a overhead lighting. What do you do?
I would probably like give one final attempt at the door and just, Rex, please, and then just like rest my head against the door. and then stay like that for a brief moment, and then kind of back away from the door, see the party, and go over to them, if possible.
As you approach, there's a flash of light, and the vision begins again. Replaying exactly the same as you are unable to reach Rex. You're pushed out, locked out, and you see the party again on the other side of a door, nothing but void, and them a distance away from you.
I think she's going to try again and run this time, and just be like, guys, and she's gonna be like terrified of what's just happening right now in general. Just like, why did that just happen?
Yeah,
I want to be with the
absolutely.
party right now. So she's gonna run at him this time, and I know what's gonna happen. But...
Right. As you do so, another flash of light, and it happens
Yeah.
again, once again, outside the door.
That's gonna probably happen a couple times. She's gonna try to like be creative. Like she's probably gonna try to Misty Step or something.
Sneak.
Yeah, like just try all different kinds of things to get to the party. And I don't know how time passes here, but she'd probably start smiting the door to try to open it. If something different happens there.
I think maybe with enough smites it would open. You would see it fly open, and then there would be a flash of light, and the whole thing would play again.
Okay. Willa's gonna recall what was offered to the group as the strategy to overcome this. So she's going to build up her fortitude, her mental fortitude, and this is where I like to think maybe Intellect Fortress is kind of playing a part here, having had casted that on herself beforehand. And purposefully walks in the direction of the void.
As she does so, she has never felt more alone. And it is terrifying.
She'll definitely be crying. For sure.
But as she gives in to her worst fear, she suddenly stumbles into a clearing and sees the rest of her party waiting for her there. Party? You all see? Oh, yeah.
She stand up, catch her breath. Oh, hey everybody.
What's that delay like? Was it pretty much right after us?
There's probably 15 seconds or so between the last person coming out and then she coming out.
2.5 turns.
Sure.
We're all dead. That was.
Sorry about that.
Right?
Yes, I've never been better.
Are you crying right now? Am I seeing you crying as you say that?
Yeah, probably.
I'm not gonna address that.
I'd like to walk over and just give a soft pat on the back and say, glad you could join us.
It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys, to say the least. So what now in this fucked up place?
Yeah, what are we
this
looking
is
at?
it. We're done now. We live here.
So this is a grove of dark green grass, almost black grass, and a large circle of impossibly dense trees, and a pond in the middle of water covered in, or surrounded in flat stones. And that is the only thing in the room. All you know is that Gwyneth said if you try to enter the Chamber of Memory with the intent to get to the other side, you will get there.
I'd
She
like to
described the pond being that chamber also.
after patting Will on the back and saying that I'd like to just kind of silently walk up to the water in the same way that I have seen hundreds of times.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you do that.
Tell me Ren baptizes bitches in here. He just forgot.
I might have not seen anything. I may not know it's water, to be honest.
Ren, that's a tree. Ren, stop.
I think, yeah, you go up and you are expecting to see the visages of a woman in the pond there after having seen it so many times before. But as you do so, you don't see any such thing. It appears to just be water.
I'll spin around to the group. So I guess we go into the water. Well, yeah. I guess we don't have to. I suppose it's a choice.
Is the water the destination or the next step of the journey? I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Just sounds like it'll help with memories. I mean, maybe if it does, I'll know what happens next.
I think you should try it out. And if you don't come back within like 5 minutes or so, I'm heading in after.
Okay.
I want to take your hand if you're there. Just while you're talking, I'm gonna pick it up, and then hold it for a second until you feel like it gets sort of warm, and I'm gonna guide you. Don't drown.
Once I feel that, yeah, assuming like the effect is done, I'll kind of look down at my hand as I kind of slowly pull it away, and again I'll just hand on your shoulder, shake my head. I won't even say thank you. I'll just make sure like eye contact, shake my head, and then I want to look to the group and say, guys, I don't really know what I guess I was like. I don't know what kind of person I was. I know what I was with Dahlia, and if Dahlia was looking for that person, I may not be the nicest. So, I guess if I'm that different, and if I don't know, something changes, don't deviate anything on my sake, please.
Willow
I'm
will
not
kind of
sure.
just look around at the group.
Not sure I catch your meaning. What are you getting at?
What did you have? What was the last thing you said?
What are you getting at?
I'll approach Kaelinor specifically and just kind of reach out my arm, looking for either a handshake or like a lower forearm clasp.
Yeah.
Roman handshake, if you will, for nomenclature.
Is that what that is?
Mhm.
Roman handshake. Sure. So I'll look to meet with a handshake or a Roman handshake, and I don't know if this replaces what I have or if it adds to. I'm saying that I killed a lot of people when I worked with Dahlia. And it's been a long way to get away from that. If she came to me looking for a killer, if this thing flips a switch in my head and I'm a different person coming out of that water, don't hesitate. Please.
I'll give you a nod. I'll say, I suppose I could kick your ass one last time if I have to.
My serious tone will lighten up a bit as I match a smile to the joke.
Vesper.
Guess it is a joke, FYI.
Vesper
I'm
raises
kidding.
his hand in character.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should pick like a
Vesper.
safe word. Like I'm cool, guys. I'm totally chill like that. Apricots, you know?
Seems like, well, that's a word. Yeah.
What would you like it to be?
I may not be the one to remember it. You guys tell me.
Pancakes. What? It's a good word.
It's a word.
I don't think it's a
Ren.
word you would say otherwise.
That's a good word.
Ren, I'll kind of chuckle and pancakes it is, I guess.
Heck yeah. She'll be like,
Maybe.
that's literally in character. Heck yeah, that's cool.
Ivy / Maeve.
Maeve is gonna go, hey, Ren. And then really awkwardly, knowing that they're kinda not on that level, just like put her arms out for a hug.
I'm gonna hand. Well, I guess my sword is probably sheathed. I'll adjust the sheath, lower the wings, and I'm gonna match it in full embrace.
Hello?
And then while I'm there, oh, did you have something?
No, go ahead.
I'll just whisper so that only Maeve can hear, and I'll just say, I'm really nervous.
She's gonna come out a little bit and be like, hey, no, you got this, and pat him on the like thing. And then she's gonna be like, and if you come back a bitch, I'll take care of it. But you're already a bitch. And then punch him in the arm and then walk back.
Just kind of rubbing my shoulder, acting like it, hurt. I'll laugh a little bit, and if you guys see Morgan, just, I don't know, make something up, and I'll go heading towards the water.
Word. You
Go
approach, and as you get directly next to it, there is a sort of almost ethereal shimmer to the surface of the water, as if it is anticipating you.
Dramatic. One last look back at the group, not knowing what's coming, and then I'll step into the water.
You step in, and you plunge much deeper than this pool should be, a feeling that is familiar. It is black all around you in this water. There's no light excepting the tiny bit of light that was on whatever things was cast light on up top.
My sword.
You can kind of see rippling through the water. While you're in here, you hear voices in unison say to you, "Be careful what you seek. The hand who reaches decides. Good luck." And you fall for what feels like too long, but you don't feel like you're struggling to breathe. And after a while, you suddenly fall out of a surface of water. You fall for about 20 feet before landing square. Well, you know what? I'll say make an acrobatics check to see if you land on your feet or not.
Get fucked.
I think with the 10, it's a little bit of a stumble, but you're standing for sure. You look around this space, and the room that you're in is comprised of 8 kind of sections of wall. It is an octagon room made of dirt and rock and clay. As you look up above you, there is a rippling surface of water on the ceiling where it should be pouring down, maintaining a pond above you. 4 of the walls, I should say, of this room have doors, and the other ones have hallways leading off in different directions. What is Ren doing in this moment?
Probably staring at the ceiling for a hot 10 seconds. Trying to. I mean, I'm not the smartest. I can barely speak common. So,
How'd that water get there?
I don't know if I'll dust myself off. And is there any discernible difference between doors and hallways? Like maybe what I can see down them? Are the doors different wood, metal? Are they labeled differently? That sort of thing.
Good questions, for sure. First of all, do you have any source of light?
Dark vision. No,
Oh, but you do have dark vision.
I do.
Okay. It is not magical darkness down here, so you can see just fine. You can't see anything immediately down the hallways, but the doors, all of them, are a plain, stark white, made of... You know what? Give me an investigation check on one of the doors for me. We'll see how much you learn about it.
Is it a door agnostic, or am I choosing a door?
Any one of the doors. Yeah.
Sure. Dude, come on. Night of all nights.
Well,
It's a door.
it is a plain white door. You're not sure what it's made of, but it has no decoration whatsoever, excepting a small brass knob right in the spot where a doorknob would be. And it appears that the 3 other doors in the room are exactly the same.
Is there any kind of draft in any of these hallways?
So give me a either perception or survival check for that.
Both suck. We'll go survival.
The same score.
Shaker, dude. Oh my gosh.
You aren't sure that there can't be with a 3, but you don't feel any draft.
Well, then I feel like I've rolled 2 or 3 times. I should probably make a choice. Can I attempt to open one of the doors, and before like crossing the threshold of the door, can I see anything in what I open?
Sure. As you, actually, I'm gonna need very specifically.
Okay.
You came in. If this room is an octagon, there's one to your front left, one to your front right, back left, back right. Which of those four do you
Jeez.
choose?
I'm left-handed, so it's automatically going to be one of the ones on the left. And I'm going to symbolically say we're going forward. So front
Sounds good.
left.
Okay. As you place your hand on that door, the hand who reaches decided. And that door, as you touch it, transforms in a slow transition of magical light. It is now covered in flowers, but they are all wilted, with the door itself being a black, dark Gothic design. As you push the door open, you see what looks to be forest, dark forest, behind it. But you also get a feeling as you touch this door that it knows your intention. You're not sure exactly what that means, but you get a strange feeling that it will be able to react to the decisions that you make.
Okay. If I take a step back, close the door, does the door change? And take my hand off the knob, does the door change?
The door remains.
So
Stays
before...
exactly in that flowery dark Gothic.
Okay. Before going into that room, I want to go to the other left, so back left. And before I touch the doorknob, I want to think on repeat. Like I want to repeat ideas in my head of like, remember, family, freedom. Remember, family, freedom. And I'm going to grab the back left doorknob.
Once again, the same thing happens. The same design of door appears ahead of you, almost identical to the one before. The flowers might be hanging in a slightly different arrangement, but it has seen your hand and adapted to you. Do you push it open at all?
Yes.
As you begin to push it open, you do see a different thing on the other side. You see you see and hear swords clashing, men fighting in daylight.
Oh boy. Do I recognize any like armor or I guess races of humanoids?
You see some drow and some high elves.
That feels a little heavy. I'm gonna turn around real quick and go to the first door that and I'm gonna I'll walk through. I'll walk through. If anything changes at the doorknob when I grab it, cool. Otherwise, I'll grab it, open it, walk in.
Same as it was. As you enter this room, you see. So you've gone in, right? Fully into the door?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. As you go in, give me a perception check with advantage here to get a little extra information about what is going on in this place.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You'd think these
Well,
were D6s.
You don't get a whole lot of details, but what you can see just with the naked eye is a large room with a throne at the top. And on the far side of that room is a massive tree about the same size as the one in Kalpara. This one, however, has no leaves, is deeply dark, and it looks like you would see a tree in a spooky movie, you know, that vibe of tree. You see on the throne a person who looks just like you. And in front of that throne is Gwynedd. What do you do here?
Does the tree have like the inky goop that we've seen before?
It does not.
If I walk closer to the throne and me and Gwynedd, how I guess I'll get as close as I can to hear and see what's going on, if anything happens in between.
Sure, yeah, you walk it's probably 20 feet away to get again about 20 feet away from them, about halfway there. You would be well within the sight of the man sitting on the throne, but he does not acknowledge you. It would seem as though he doesn't see you. You also realize as you get 20 feet away, the door behind you is no longer there.
Oh, great.
Get fucked.
I guess I'll continue approaching.
Sure. You step forward even further, and you position yourself sort of between the two of them, and you realize they are in the middle of a heated argument. You hear Gwynedd say, "Grandfather, please, we are in love. This is the safest place for us. This is our home." The man on the throne scoffs as he waves her away with a degree of unimportance and says, "I will not allow a high elf to live here. I can't stop you from marrying him. But if you want to do that, you both have to leave." How does Rin react in that moment? What is Rin thinking?
I think I'm probably feeling a little puzzled because I think I'm still trying to figure out if this is history or not. It seems like it points to that it being the case, but I guess he would then be puzzled why she's still in the grove, or why she's still in the forest, if that was the case, or if where she was at was considered having left, if it was leaving the larger city.
On that particular note, I can tell you that she told you that she did leave for a bit last time, and she only recently came back when Ophelia was locked away.
Gotcha. So puzzle pieces probably come together eventually that this is probably what happened. He probably feels a little regretful that the woman, like, I don't think he's mentally processing like the word granddaughter yet. Like, that doesn't have much sentimental meaning to him yet. But I think he's starting to clock a little bit of regret that the woman who just helped him and that is continuing to help him, he might have turned away, scolded, even potentially, I wouldn't He doesn't know if he just like ruined her life or threw her life path off. You know.
I think you see this conversation progress further and further, and it isn't much of a conversation. It is very one-sided of Gwynedd trying to get any convincing in, any word in, and this man, Meldrain, so you've been told, completely ignoring him, but the voices keep rising. They keep getting more and more aggressive until you see Meldrain raise his hand to strike her. He pulls his hand back down, and in a scream, just turns around and leaves this area down a hallway behind his throne.
Does Gwynedd stay there?
She does it first. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
How about intimidation for no good reason?
That's better.
With an 11, you still don't know this person very well, despite maybe having in the past. But you can read the face of a person who is clearly distraught. She's breathing heavily, and but her breaths are shaky, and she's thinking for a moment before she also spins around and goes out the other way on a hall on the opposite end by the tree. She seems to be walking quickly and with purpose. And now you have two paths that you could follow if you so choose. Or you could look around in this room. What does Ren do here?
I want to double take the throne real quick. But I want to then follow me. I think I want to follow me.
What are you looking for about the throne? Or you just want to
It's
sit
not
and
even
look at
really
it
just a check. It's just kind of like taking it in visually, running my finger across it or something.
It is akin in design to like the Iron Throne, of like big spiky blades coming off the top of it. It's not made of swords, but it is big and probably granite. Like it is a dark gray, if not black. Intricately designed, but then yeah, those giant sort of mamba spikes coming off the top.
Sick. I'll look at Gwynedd in Gwynedd's direction, but I'll follow me.
As you do so, you see him walk into a room in the back of this area that looks to be some sort of just storage room. There's like wine on shelves and other supplies laid out in here. He is also clearly still angry and agitated, but he is running his hands over themselves, and he says, "The son of the man who slaughtered us all. Not here. I need guidance. Father, why did you leave me so soon?" And there's a pause for a while before he goes, "The Chamber of Memory. I'll get guidance there." And you see him envelop himself in darkness as you saw Gwynedd do to you before he is gone. right behind where he was standing is a stark white door. Exactly as you saw in the room before.
Am I able to leave and pursue Gwynedd?
You good?
I want to do that.
You rush back out the other way as quickly as you can. It takes a bit to catch up to her as she's had a bit of a head start. But you follow her for a bit as she exits this. She's walking through these halls, and you realize this room that you saw and the one connected to it are part of a lot of larger connected halls carved within these trees. There are adornments on the walls. There's like standing armors and paintings and stuff. And I think Ren puts together that this is some version of a castle. But she walks as quickly as she can through this and goes out of the front door of the castle into what you see for the first time, having been told that this is called Saltenebre, a village of drow living here, a quite large one. She walks through the paths, ignoring everybody, clearly crying, until she gets to a house not far from the castle. When she walks in, first of all, you notice that, you know what? One more perception check. That's okay, because, you know what? Again, with the naked eye, I think you can see none of these buildings have doors. But you are able to see, even with a 9, they have hinges, as if a door should be there. But for whatever reason, in this memory, they seem to be gone. She, as she's going into her house, makes a motion like she's opening a door, but just walks in through an open doorway. You see her grabbing things, putting them into a travel bag, and just bawling. And you know that she is going to leave. What is Ren feeling in that moment?
Probably more of the same. I don't know that he would be like crying, sad, but conflicted. Well, is there how big of a bag, and is it mostly primarily clothes and stuff?
Yeah, it is. I mean, like a duffel bag size of like travel bag, made of leather. But she's stuffing clothes into there. You see her take like an old raggedy stuffed animal with her. She's in her late 20s, but you can tell this thing has some sort of sentimental value. Just shoves everything she can in there, tries to take some valuables in case she'll need them. And I think she walks past where you're standing, still having no idea that you're there, not acknowledging you. And this time, as she goes out her door, there is a door there, and as she closes it behind herself, you're in her house with just a white door.
Can I Sorry, 1 second.
Divine Smite.
That is gonna
opportunity
be
attack.
81 points of damage to Ren.
Just check his max HP.
Yeah.
Can as she walks by me, Can I have things so far felt like I'm interacting with them, like ground, like if I've touched a wall when I touch the throne. Let's do that. When I touched the throne, did the throne feel like a real object?
It did feel tangible to you, yes.
Okay. If she walks by, I would like to try and attempt to slip a good berry in her bag.
Yeah, absolutely. I think no check even needed. You're able to do so quickly as she doesn't even notice, and it's still hastily left open.
If that'll do anything, but
Heal for 4 HP.
plant the seed of curiosity. Yeah, I don't know.
Feels good for yourself, if nothing else.
Yeah. So then she leaves, door appears, and at this point, we're like, I'm in a room.
Yeah, basically
one
like a
option out.
little studio apartment, yeah, with just this door.
Letting out kind of a heavy sigh, having done that, I will grab the doorknob.
As you do so, the door transitions once again. On the other side, you see what appears to be a different location within this stone and clay architecture, or dirt and clay architecture that you were in before. You go ahead and move through it.
Oh, is this? Am I like back in the room with the pond on the ceiling?
It isn't that exact room, but it looks to be part of that same structure.
And are there 4 doors in the corners similar to that room?
You see in this room is actually a hexagonal room.
Oh.
You see only 4 doors. You are coming out of if there are 2 down here that don't have doors, you are the first one on the left. Coming out of that one. You also see this space is probably 40 feet high, and waterfalls are seemingly just dripping out of the ceiling, coming down into the middle, into a small yet shallow pool. Like you can see the bottom of it clearly is not very deep.
How
Before
far?
you make any more decisions,
Yep.
Up top, it has definitely been longer than 5 minutes.
So my guidance wore off.
What's the group up here doing? Yes, if it's only a minute, then yes, for sure. What do you have something, Evan?
I was going to ask 2 things. One, if time was moving for us, because Maeve had said she wanted to go in if it had been a few minutes. And also, if that Goodberry got taken back in time 1,200 years, does it last 24 hours from where it is? Or does it last 1,200 years?
That is a great hypothetical question, if that is how that works.
But I'm asking.
You don't know.
Well, that's
also, what time is
you
it?
You don't even know if this was time related. So
that's, I mean, true.
Anyway, up top, it has been certainly longer than 5 minutes. What's the consensus up here? What are you guys doing?
Well, I want to just like let him cook because I've been hearing, but Maeve did say she was going in, so I think that she's gonna run to the edge and be like, "Okay, it's been 5 minutes, guys. What do we do? What if he's stuck?"
I honestly don't know what to think. We could try to follow him.
She's gonna try to like look really, really hard into the water. See if she can see anything.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Really, really hard.
Yeah. Oh, not a good. Dice.
Yeah. Wow. These dice rolls are
Got a plus
bad
8
tonight.
at least.
Time to start rolling.
That was a
physical. Yeah.
With a 12, you also don't see any images of people here. Not that you were looking for that. You don't see to the bottom of it, but you do see this water shimmer again as if it is anticipating you to drop.
No run.
No Ren.
She's gonna say, I think I'm gonna regret this. And then she's going in.
All right. The
follow
same
her.
thing that happened to Ren happens to you. You're following immediately after?
Yeah, I'm right behind.
Yep, Willow's not getting left behind again. She'll follow everybody else.
Word.
Oh, team.
Is Vesper going too then?
Am I the only one that didn't immediately move?
So far, I think I saw Parker nod.
I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds in case the vibe is bad. So please
like
tell
when
me
you're
what
the only one here, if
happens.
things change.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you see these guys dunk into the water. They, even if you're near the surface, it is very quick before you can't see them anymore. But then you are just in this room alone with, I guess you have light on your sword, but it is just nothing but this pond and you and your thoughts and the voices.
Was I supposed to do something?
I was wondering if you were gonna do anything, yeah.
You don't want to describe what happens to them before I make this choice?
No, I don't actually.
I'm gonna poke the water a couple times with my sword.
It ripples as water would tend to do.
Wow, it rippled as water would tend to do. Okay, I'm gonna go in.
You plunge, and as you get down, somehow your friends have not actually made it all that far yet. As if this place knew your intention. But all of you then hear, as you are gliding through the water in this dark space, be careful what you seek. The hand who reaches decides. Good luck. In
Insight check.
many voices.
Voices?
Do we see each other? Or is it just like us and water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think beyond any logic, you are all sort of illuminated in each other's eyes, and you can see yourselves falling through this void.
Are we
But
close to
not like
each other,
faces.
or are they like 5 feet apart, kind of thing?
You could reach out to each other if you wanted, I think.
I'm gonna be struggling to grab onto somebody. I think
Just whoever's closest to you.
whoever's closest.
True.
Grab an arm from Maeve there. Willa.
I just wanted to remind you, out of character, to make sure Kinfath is being
Right,
part of
Kinfath
this.
is coming
He
with you.
beat
for
everybody there. He was the
Toad
fastest
sort
one.
of, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Sure. I think as soon as Maeve went in, he probably beat Kaelinor in. Like, for sure, I'm going in after this guy. Thank you.
Yeah.
But after what feels like too long, and yet being able to exist comfortably, not needing to breathe, you all fall out into this same room that was described before. 8 walls to this place. There's a door to your front left, right, back, right, and halls on each of the other walls, with this impossible surface tension of water above you where you just came from. You do also see, though, different than Ren saw, 2 of these doors look different than the other 2. The ones on the left are black gothic covered in flowers.
Is one of them open and one of them closed?
They're both closed.
Testing.
We can.
You guys hear me? Hey,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, this is a
How
weird
loud are
feeling.
you?
Not really loud, just like enough for
should
the
say-
group to hear.
I should say you're not underwater anymore. You're not like in an underwater
Oh.
space. You fell out of water into a dirt and clay area,
Gotcha.
and that
okay.
water is impossibly hanging above you.
Willow will not be an idiot then. Then she'll understand that she can talk to people normally. Sorry, I thought we were still in that kind of like you're not breathing, but you're breathing sort of atmosphere. So I was just.
Oh no, yeah, you're just you again in normal space. After
Okay,
you get to the other
okay.
side. Yep, dip it. So the lot of you are in this room. You see many options ahead of you. What do you guys all say? Would you discuss anything here?
Ren's not here.
I
I would
thought-
look around for him.
Yeah.
I thought I was tripping out before, but now I'm really tripping out.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Just me? Is this normal for you guys?
It's not normal, but
It's
it
not
is
like every
within
day.
the realm of reasonable.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking around.
If everybody starts looking around for something, I'd like to look for footprints.
Sure.
Of Ren's
Yeah,
foot-
definitely. I'm gonna say roll me an investigation check, and while you do that, even though that's only gonna take a second, I'll be right back.
Investigation.
We're
Where's
temporarily
Wolverine?
ungoverned.
All right, it's time to start rolling physical. Confirmed.
Yeah, I think every once in a while D&D Beyond just absolutely fucks. Today ain't
I
it?
need.
We haven't got a roll above like an 11.
Well, like that's with modifiers too. It hasn't been like above 5.
Oh, there's all my dice.
I need a notebook.
I don't find the footprints, but next time I will, gosh dang it.
How do you know you don't?
Sometime you'll succeed at something.
Yeah, like
That's
life.
also unlikely.
IRL.
Okay, this first room, did he say it was octagonal? Is that correct?
Yes, and the diagonals are where the doors are. Well, actually, they wouldn't be perfect diagonals if there's 8 sides, right?
Well, it's like the
Oh, they still would.
cut it. It'd still be the corners. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like hexagon is like if you cut the corners off a square.
Yeah, so they're in. Yeah, so I guess they are in the
So-
perfect corners.
And then both the left doors are the ones that are black. Right?
I don't know
That
if
is
we
true. Yes.
know that they're black. Like
we don't
right
know why,
off
but
the
that's
beginning,
what we see.
and then the right
Yeah,
one
you
is
see
white.
they are. The two on your left are black and covered in flowers, and the other two are stark white.
I'm gonna turn around and face the opposite direction then, because that's the wrong side.
What?
Okay. You want
I'm-
the two that are colored to be on your right? Is basically your.
The black.
Oh,
yes.
to match you. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Let's see. The investigation was a 6. You don't see any tracks. So you think if something was down here to make tracks, this dirt is too dense and thick and too clay-like to leave much of a track, really.
Word.
Is there anything else in this room, or is it just an empty, open room with doors?
Just an empty open room with doors and hallways.
This hallways.
Well, what the hallways?
On each wall that doesn't have a door has a hallway.
Can I look down a hallway?
Sure. Would you like to go, assuming we're talking in this cardinal direction of facing forward, left, forward, right, or back?
Oh, motherfucker! I'm gonna roll a d4.
Oh, there's 4 hallways? I thought there was only 2.
Well, it's an 8-sided shape. 4 of them have doors, 4 of them have hallways, so there's,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go to the hallway between the 2 black doors.
Gotcha.
Just peek down. I'm not gonna enter it. I'm just stay outside it and look down it.
How far is your dark vision?
It is 60 feet. I also have light up on my sword, if that matters.
It won't extend it. unless you throw your
It
sword.
never won't. But
Oh right. I mean,
Wait,
I would have.
Can I
vision up
cast
to the
light on an
distance.
arrow?
Genius.
And just
yeah, I don't see why not.
like a fucking rock on the ground or something?
Sure.
Awesome.
You do so. And then you just want to throw it down this hallway,
Yeah.
or the same one, or a different one.
Which one specifically are you?
I'm
He's
on
going left, effectively.
between the
Which is
two
my
black
right.
doors.
Okay. Black door
Jesus.
side, middle. Yeah, I guess that one.
Yeah.
gonna-
You
While he does it.
huck that rock down it, and you can see it is a thin hallway, like it is like 5 feet wide, but pretty long. It goes. I'm assuming you can throw a rock 60 feet because range or whatever.
If I shoot it out of my bow, fuck yeah.
If you did, yeah, for sure.
Big
And it goes all
slingshot.
the way until you do see at the end of this hallway, it does open up into what looks to be a circular room. Strangely geometrically perfect on the other end. And you can see another white door at the very end. You assume there might be more to that room that you can't see through this narrow line of sight.
On the far side of the circle room.
At the far side of the circle. Yep. Directly
Okay.
even with the hall.
Theo's not here, so I'm drawing a map, guys.
Yeah. Okay. White door. Out of curiosity, if I were to do a similar thing on the exact opposite middle of the white doors.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that same thing. Is light a cantrip?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
A very good
Um,
one.
Yeah. Same thing. Shoot an arrow down that way. This time it goes up almost exactly as far, but this one, before it, instead of opening up into a room, it hits into a wall at the end, and you can see that it does turn off to the right.
Oh, okay. Not symmetrical. To us.
Not
To our
symmetrical.
position.
You said it was turned. It
Correct.
turned to the right.
Yep.
Which would
you.
be down
If you're facing
from our
towards right, yeah.
original.
You're facing it.
While they're doing that, Maeve is gonna go, okay, if I was Ren, where would I go? And then she's gonna like stand up like tall, mimicking Ren, and be like, hello, my name is Ren, and I have fire wings, and I'm kind of scary. And then she's gonna go, yeah, I don't know, and then walk up to one of the doors and try to like peek inside.
Do which one of the doors?
One of the cool looking ones, the gothic ones, I don't care which. Left.
Sure. Okay, front left or back left, because both of those two are changed.
Front left.
Front left. Okay, I think that's the one he went to. So yeah,
Oh, then
You-
maybe.
you try to peek into there. You get another feeling from this door as if it is trying to understand you in some way. Does Maeve intend to enter the door?
If it looked chill, she would, but I guess she wasn't. She wasn't going to enter before she looked. So
Okay. That is exactly what I needed to hear. You see what is
Maeve dies. Sorry.
almost a flat, still image of the scene that Ren saw before, of a sort of throne room with a throne on one side and a tree on the other, but there are no people here anymore.
just a still thing that doesn't seem scary. She'll just go, huh, and open the door the rest of the way. Is
Yeah,
it just like a picture frame, or could you still like go in? It's just still.
It looks like a painting from Mario 64. Like you could walk through this still and enter if your intention changed.
Like the Minecraft hidden doors with paintings.
She's gonna like reach out to see if she could go through, intending to this time.
As you reach through, curious and seeing if you can make it through, you find yourself seeing the scene in full 3D. You look around within it to see if there's anything within it. But even without moving your feet, as soon as you turn to look back, the door is gone and you are within this room.
Should have saw that coming. Is there like a wall where the door was?
There's nothing where the door was.
She's just gonna turn around. and be
You're like
"Oh, fuck."
5 feet into the middle of the space in a big, like, ovular room.
So did
Shit,
we
shit.
see her just disappear into this door?
What you guys see effectively is Maeve reaching out and then just almost like in a trance stepping into it and vanishing behind this image that you saw.
We'll look around at everybody and say, I guess that way.
How do we know that we'll go back in with her? Because what if it's like a separate?
We don't know
You
shit about
know,
anything. We're kind of just jumping
yeah.
through magical
I
fucking
get the going together,
thresholds.
but
No, it's
you know.
stupid. You're correct.
But it's about as good of a guess as we got.
But we're
okay.
stupid together. If anything, chosen family. We just made the wrong choice, and we're here together to suffer the consequences. As I'm saying this, as I'm walking toward the door.
Does
I'm going with him.
I have a dark vision potion that lasts for however long? Has it died at any point?
You're still good for now. I think
Okay.
that'll last about 6 hours.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a fancy potion. Damn
It's a
it.
nice potion.
All right, I'm gonna attach myself behind Kaelinor. I'm still
Everybody
with
going through the same door here?
Yes. I'll follow the party.
Come here,
Cool.
Mr. Bugbear.
Kinfath, of course, yep, is following with you. You all walk through here, and let's cut back to Ren. Ren, you are in an a hexagonal space. You have come out of, again, so here's the bottom, these two, and then, wait a minute, did I fuck something up? Hold on. Or is it no, okay, yeah. So the bottom, these two, you're here on this wall. You see 3 more doors to your left and then beyond that. And to your right, at the point of that bottom of the hexagon, is a hallway with an immediately obvious staircase. What
Up
do you do?
or down?
Up.
Does it feel like the mouth of the stairway is beyond the threshold of the room?
Yes. If I am understanding your question correctly.
I really want to leave a trail, but that's absolutely metagaming. I'm gonna go check the staircase.
Sure. You move to this staircase, and it is long, but kind of shallow. It isn't very tall. You can see at the end of it that there is a landing and that it turns back the other way. Do you want to continue up the stairs?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Cool. You do so, and you get to the first landing, and you've only gone up about 10 feet from what you saw before was about a 40-foot vaulted room. And when you turn back the other way, this staircase is no taller. But as it moves forward, you see a hallway that leads into a room that should almost certainly be within the bottom room's space. Do you still continue to the end of the hall?
There's nothing keeping me from turning back at this point yet.
You can go back down if you'd like.
Is the room at the end of this one, does it look mostly similar to the one I just came from?
If you approached to the end, you could probably see that. I should say this hallway is also 60 feet.
Okay. I will. Shoot, there's so little context to go off of that, like, I'm kind of getting tripped up. I don't think there is a wrong choice per se. I feel like there's something I should be figuring out by now.
No, you're just gathering information.
I'm gonna full send down the hallway. I'm gonna commit to it.
Cool.
To room 2.
You
3. You know what I mean?
You go through the end of that hallway, and you find yourself in the room you started in. This is the bottom connector hallway. But you are, unfortunately, alone in this space. But, could you make me an investigation check?
Nat 20, that one.
With a nat 20, you are able to see disturbances in the ground that indicate that a large group of people have been here and recently, leading up to the same door that you just went through.
Fuck.
I want to, after that, I want to go back over to the water. You said when I came down, I could still see a small light source at the top, like super, super dim. Is there anything still up there?
There is not.
Genius. Super smart.
Okay. That. How is the passage of time? Like, if I'm being retrospective here, how has time felt like it's been passing for me? Pretty normally? Does it feel
Pretty
like
normally.
it's speeding? Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. How can I do this? I want to walk over to the door that I didn't go in, that I did already touch, the battle scene. Before I go in, I want to take my sword, and with the very tip, with the 1 point of fire damage, I want to see if I can. Well, I don't even know if this is how this works, but I'd like to try and carve or sear my like an R initial
Wood
into
burning?
sort of like a Zorro marking. I'll do that either right next. I'll do it on the door if I can, but I'll just do it right next to the door if not, or if it seems to be messing with stuff.
I think the door seems pretty immutable or unimmutable. But yeah, you can for sure knock it right next to the door.
Ooh. Do I have anything I could do this with? Sorry. No, I don't have cantrips. I lost cantrips when I lost my warlock levels. No. So yeah, I'll just Zorro mark the door. I was gonna try and do like a seared handprint. But I don't have the capability to do so. So I'll do the Zorro marking, and then I'm gonna go through that door.
The one next to it, or the first one?
The previously battle scene.
Gotcha. Yeah, you step through there. And just like before, as soon as you're through, the door behind you is gone. You find yourself in an unfamiliar town. It couldn't possibly be called a city. It isn't quite large enough. But off in the distance, you find yourself in the middle of a street, nearing the edge of the outskirts of this city. There's small buildings, a small smith, maybe a little library, a few houses, a bakery. And not far in the direction that you came out facing, in the distance, you can see the dark forest. But much closer than that, you see drow on horseback and a few with just spears and swords clashed in battle with a militia of this town of high elves. You see Meldrain on top of a large black steed, in his full regalia of armor, seemingly leading a raid on this town. You also see, at his right hand, is Gwynedd on a smaller horse beside him, seemingly acting as a form of general or lieutenant. What do you want to do? What do you want to look at? What do you want to see? Where do you want to go?
I think seeing. You know what? What does this horse look like?
It is stark black in all capacity. No imperfections, but just one of the biggest horses you've ever seen, like a massive black Clydesdale, and yet somehow much more athletic than a Clydesdale would be.
Perfect. I think seeing that, Ren is going to just take that in for a moment, and I think he's going to just kind of flex and unflex his left hand, and then he is going to think about that horse and cast Find Steed.
Whoa. Find Steed is a fucking spell?
It is, yeah. I think there's a greater Find Steed too.
What?
And
where you find
I
two
will-
Could've used it for
steeds?
Carlos.
Oh my god.
I will do my best to imitate the large, all black nature of the horse I've just seen. And I'll choose Fae for the purposes of the stat block.
Sure. I think you see this thing materialize in that same sort of black inky magic that Gwynedd pulsed out before, but just appearing already mid-stride as this forms together and stops next to you.
I have been looking for a reason to debut that for so long.
It's fucking hilarious.
I mean, what perfect timing.
You have no idea how funny I think that is.
And I'm kind of imagining it, like, I don't know if it's fair to say this or not, but kind of like a memory returning to him. Just a small little flicker. I don't think he probably knew how to cast Find Steed. Maybe it just kind of felt natural.
Man, I wish I could find that steed.
I think it does come as a bit of a memory. But beyond just that, I think as you do it, you remember this steed's name. But I will allow you to decide what that is.
Steve the Steed.
How funny would it be if I named it Ebenezer?
Oh my god. You would have had to do
I
it
will
so long
say
ago.
the steed already had this name before you knew him.
That's where he got the name from.
Yeah.
I heard of a horse in a distant continent that this guy that was a king.
I want to try and do some tricky stuff and like name him Ren, and maybe that's why the name Ren was. But that also just feels weird. Let me think on the name.
I like that though.
I don't like being.
Do Ren backwards, which is Ner.
Ner.
But you know what? Let's
Like
actually.
a horse says with a speech impediment.
Yes, and let's not. I don't want to overthink it. Let's yes and. I'm gonna go with a name that is similar to that I've used before as a cover name, which was Renford.
Renford. I like it. Renford, the horse it is.
Another named horse.
Do you want to mount the steed, I should say?
Oh yeah.
Cool. You do so hopping up on this thing. It feels, despite being ethereal, incredibly sturdy. Do you go anywhere on the steed before anything else happens?
I want to just pat the head of a seemingly old friend, and then I guess I'll. There's a word.
There's plenty
like
of them.
kicking steers or kicking to go on a horse. Anyway, I'm gonna ride towards the battle.
Click your heels together and ride towards the battle.
Revving your horse.
But as I do, I'm gonna lean into it, and the wings are gonna come out.
Ooh.
Incredible.
It's a Pegasus.
One moment again. So I am out of water and I'm just dying over here.
It's a Pegasus. I'll fill in for Foster. So basically, you're on a horse now, and you are riding toward, what?
What he described.
It dies.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am curious because it uses the otherworldly steed stat block.
What in the good fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I'm looking it up.
It's good. Do you mind if I eat it?
Hey, Riley.
I'm not muted.
Okay. I brought the picture.
Oh.
So, you ride towards this battle. You see Meldrain and Gwen being incredibly successful in their fighting. Not all of the other soldiers have such luck, but Meldrain is riding past these guys on mounted on top of his horse and just slicing through a guy as he rides past him, and just like it's nothing. And that continues for a while until from behind you, as you're riding towards it, you hear a loud explosion of a fireball going off.
Didn't do it.
Behind... Do you turn towards that at all?
It's behind me?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would instinctively turn around when I hear a big boom.
Understandably. As the fireball fades, you see a man with a large black sword, but not in the same way. This one, you can tell as a person who has experienced this before, is bestialized. It is covered in dark, decaying influence. His arm seems to have been twisted by this poison, and his eyes are bleeding out the sides. But this man leaps into the air like a fucking superhero and comes down and starts just eviscerating the Drow army here, or the battalion that is with you. You see many fall, and you see Gwynedd try to stop him, and you see Meldrain try to stop him, but have no success. He takes out the entire Drow army except for a small set of troops, and at the end sends down another fireball. You see these troops evaporate in the heat, but you see Gwynedd on the side closer to the town get knocked towards the town, and Meldrain get knocked toward the forest. Do you act at all in that time?
Does this superhero Jumpy infected is it is it a humanoid race? I know.
He's High Elvish for sure.
Can I? What role would you like for me to determine if I notice maybe facial traits or physical characteristics similar to the man that I saw in Gwynedd's home?
You know what? With that clocking, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. I think that's just dead on. You know for sure they're related. And just based on the history that has been told to you, you're able to put together that as Thorovius Blackhand the First.
What happens if I ride at Thorovius? Anything?
He seems to not notice you. Doesn't change his stride whatsoever. And I think if you continue your attack in a game of Chicken, as you finally physically touch a person or attempt to, you find yourself passing right through him.
I think it would have been with a sword swing.
I think the same thing still occurs.
Yeah. So maybe I slow down a second. What does Thorovius do?
You see Thorovius look and see Gwynedd on the ground and Meldrain on the ground, both of them unmoving. And he doesn't progress on any further, thinking he's wiped out all of the Drow. Instead, you see him turn back towards his own city. And at first it looks like he's just going home, until he starts slaughtering his own people. You see this pestilence influence clearly moving around his body, clearly taking his mind. And I think that continues for a while, until you see what looks like his son, the man you knew before, walk into the town square with a sword of his own. There's a moment of recognition on the father's face, as he stops and lowers his sword, even despite the influence. And as the son reaches for a hug to try to bring him in, the son instead impales his own father, putting him down and locking the sword away in a bag.
The sword is out of sight at this point, right?
It is.
Like it's not partially covered; it's fully covered.
If you wanted to inspect it before he covered it, you could.
I'm good, I think.
Cool.
What does the second do after that?
You see the second rush out toward the battlefield, seeing many of his own kind dead, many of the drow dead. He goes to his own kind first to tend to them, but you see also he goes to the fallen drow to see if any of them are still living. And a few are. He makes attempts to heal them, makes attempts to heal the high elves. Then you see Meldrain, separated a bit by the blast, finally stand. He calls out, "Gwynedd, with me. We must make it home." Gwynedd, injured and needing medical attention, moves towards the second. Meldrain, confused and angry, remounts his horse and gallops north. Behind where he was standing from your perspective, there is a white door out in the field.
Not attached to anything, just freestanding?
Just a door, just a door frame, just standing there.
Huh. If I just linger here after having clocked the door, do things continue? Does it seem to just kind of freeze? Does it, like, what happens?
I think you catch a little bit more of Thorovius and Gwynedd meeting for the first time as he heals her as best he can, and then with open arms invites not only his own people but even the surviving drow aggressors into his town for refuge to heal. But as they begin to walk away from that encounter, it is as if the edges of memory don't go any further. And it looks almost like watercolor paints floating on the top of a drip cup of this image you were seeing out into a lack of beyond it. Inward towards the city, leaving only... as they kind of pass through this, leaving you on the other side, and all that's left is you, the Fallen, and the door.
Can I grab a single sword, any kind, and then walk towards the door, planting the sword at the door before I go in?
Sure. You do so, and when you come out, you are...
A bit.
Oh, that's interesting. You are
I like
in
that tone.
a rectangular room, a perfectly rectangular room, with... You are on sort of the left side of this, against the left wall, with a larger room out and going out to your right. And there is a hallway at the far right corner, leading away from you. But between there is a row of crypts, of sarcophaguses. And on the far side of those is another door against the same wall you came out of.
Can I inspect the I guess each sarcophagus going down the line.
Yeah. You see the first one, if you're coming out on this side, the first one is Meldrain. The one to its left is Idra, Ydra. To its left is Ursid, Ursid. And then Fear, Fyr, is the fourth.
What was the last?
Fear spelled Fyr.
Do these look, or how is mine Meldrain's decorated, adorned, gilded, plain?
They all look to be exactly the same, but they are made of a dark granite, and relatively ornate. I mean, just designed in all sorts of sort of, Gothic markings that don't actually mean anything, but lots of lines that look cool.
Dope.
The only difference really is the plaque at the bottom that has their name.
Can I try to look in mine?
You may, but before we do that, let's check in with our others. You all are now standing in a sort of long, ovular room made of impossibly dense trees, with one very large tree on your sort of right side and an elevated throne made of dark black granite and is pointy and scary looking on the left side. But there are no people here, contrary to what you don't know, but what you heard described. You're not coming in at the start of a memory. This is just nothing. There's nobody around.
We're all in the same place, though. It's not like per person.
Yes, yep, you're all together.
Good.
Cool. Maybe we'll say, "Oh, thank God." Sorry, I
Dude, you
didn't know
gotta
that would
like
happen.
say something.
Well, I did. I just put my hand in, and then it was like, whoosh. I did. Yeah. Anyway.
Lesson learned. We should be more cautious in here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're together. We're fine. Do we see any ways out of this room from where we are?
You see a hallway behind the throne and a hallway next to where the tree is. It is also worth noting, it is pretty obvious to those of you who have seen either Pulchritudo or the tree in Kalpara, this is a tree of significance. It is gigantic. And even in this memory, whatever it may be, it has a feeling of deep magic.
It's gonna say, well, I don't want to keep wandering off again, but I'm totally going to that tree.
Okay.
You want to come with me this time?
Yeah. Do we see any footprints, sign of people, directions?
Anybody who wants to can make me either survival or investigation.
I'm good at one of those.
I didn't get real dice out, so I have to use the bad.
Easy.
Yeah, we're good.
Have Kinfath roll survival.
I will.
What's Theo's survival bonus?
He nat 20'd and he has a
7.
+7.
Wow.
Damn it. I got a 16 with a +9.
+11.
Fucking getting foreshadowed by somebody who's not even fucking here.
Yeah,
He's
Kinfath
so
is like,
here.
Well, there's two sets of footprints leading that way, and two sets of footprints leading the way by the tree. But one of those footprints that went that way clearly came back and went the other way towards the tree, and it's the same set of footprints.
Cool.
They look to be armored boots, if that is helpful. Namaste, or something like that.
Yes, very wise.
I follow in the direction of the natural 20.
Well, are we gonna go look at this tree real quick?
Was the tree not in the direction that the natural 20
The
said to
tree's
go?
like right fucking
And
there.
it's generally in that direction, yeah.
I thought it was, yeah, that same way.
I'm going wherever Maeve's gone.
To the tree, please.
Sure, yeah. You approach the tree. What do you want to do with this tree?
Hand on the tree. Hello?
Mom?
I think you give me either religion or arcana, whichever you prefer.
The same. Let's go religion. 19.
We fixed it.
I think with a 19, you can feel that there is a connection to the beautiful one's energy in this tree. However, this tree is a tree within a snapshot of itself and has no ability to change what happened the first time. But you basically clock that this tree is alive at this point in time.
Sick.
Are we currently made aware for the first time that this is not present?
I think you still don't entirely know that.
Okay. That's why I
think-
asked.
But
Yeah.
we do know that the big cool tree that's here is like blighted and stuff in the present, and this
Right.
is
I know
not.
that it's supposed to be weakened and this one isn't. So that is something.
So
Okay.
Maeve will say, well, I would say we're in the past, right? Because this seems to be the cool tree we wanted to find, but seems to be doing okay.
Or the future? And we
Oh,
did
yeah,
it?
maybe. That's optimistic. I like it.
Trying new things.
Right. With that information, is it do you want to do anything else or continuing down the hallway?
Let's keep going. If we can't actively do anything about the tree, we might as well.
You continue down this hallway and you find yourself within winding sort of castle walls, in a place you're unfamiliar with not a lot to go on. So I'm gonna say anybody who wants to make me a survival check to try to navigate this place can do so. I'll
Let
roll
me
for
at 'em.
Kinvath again.
Fucking nat 1, love it. I'm lost.
I got the same score.
I rolled a 28.
We're surviving.
Hell yeah. I think Vesper and basically anybody who got above a 20, so 3 of you, but Finn and Vesper, since you're here, you can pretty easily figure out the situation here, and you're able to guide the group to the front door of this place. And once you get outside, you see for the first time the drow village of Saltenebrae. It is quite large and spread out, but you see most of it is made of these trees carved into different ones, or some of them just seem to be doors within trees, as Gwen had used before. But you see drow out here going about their business. A lot of people who look like Gwynedd or Ren, which is kind of news to you, I guess. I mean, you assumed there were other drow, but have never seen any others. Then anybody who wants to give me a perception check while you're in here.
Is there a possibility for me to? Never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
I mean,
25.
It could be
Willa
possible.
will say out loud
I
to
mean-
the group. I've never seen these kinds of people before in Donia.
Me either.
I just thought it might be worth pointing out to you guys.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Does Finnan want to do the thing?
No, Independent's not gonna do the thing.
Okay. Once again, Finnan and Vesper, you two can see within
Oh my god.
this city lots of places that look like they should absolutely have doors, do not have doors. But there is one small house not far away from where you're standing and overlooking this place that does have a door, matching the exact same coloration that you saw on the door coming in, black and gothic and covered in flowers.
Okay.
Well, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
I'm
As I
almost
point
more
to the
alarmed by
door.
all of the places that should have doors and don't. Is this a door metaphor? Anyway,
What?
there's a cool emo door over there. Do you guys want to go see what's up?
Oh, way forward. Let's go.
Sure.
Or back? Sorry, trying new things. It's totally forward. I'm gonna go open this emo door now. Hello?
You knock on the door for a bit, no answer, but then when you open the door and walk through it, you find
I would
yourself.
have waited for somebody else to open the door. That's fucking
Does
rude.
anybody else
behind
do it?
him and open the door.
That's
after
fucking
he's knocked
rude,
on
yeah.
it.
Excellent. As you walk through, then you find yourself in the same described room before, in a hexagonal room,
Mexican.
40 feet, vaulted ceilings with waterfalls seemingly dripping from rock surfaces above and landing in an unnaturally shallow pool at the bottom. Like, this water is just not going anywhere.
And doors in this room?
Yep, you see from your perspective the three walls to the left of you going around the hexagon each have one, and then the doors on the, if you're aligning yourself with your map, the bottom of that hexagon has a hallway and the top four walls have doors.
So, okay. Oh, shit.
So the point at the bottom.
Orient me from where we entered the room, because that's how my map's working out.
From
So
where
we walk into the room. Left side.
You're coming out of
Left is the staircase, right are 3 doors.
You're coming out of left even, I believe.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly left. So this hexagon has the points at the top and the bottom instead of flat. So you are coming out of the... Right? Is that how this works? Hold on. Let me look at my map.
Whatever your orientation is, as far as this map is laid out, is different from what I've written, and that's confusing the fuck out of me.
Well, you didn't have to draw a map. You could have just, like, imagined it every time. That way, if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. Also,
you're
none
coming
of
out
this is fucking real.
directly the left.
That's true, but I'm gonna figure it out.
If this is oriented from the same left-right we were talking about before, on a different room, if you want to draw this on your map, you are coming out of the left side of this hexagon. The top and bottom of this hexagons are the points.
Okay. I think. Weird. I don't think that this is worth mapping, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to figure it out.
That might be very true. But yeah, you see 3 other doors in this room along the left wall, and to your right you see a hallway with obvious stairs leading up. What do you do while he's drawing? What
Look,
does everybody else want to do?
Obvious
I'm
stairs
thinking.
leading up. I must ascend the staircase. It calls to me.
Word.
Okay.
Alternatively,
Behind you.
not to metagame or anything, but there are many blank doors here. That's what I'm saying.
I just
yeah,
had a
so you'd like
thought.
to-
They're white doors, though, right?
Yep, they're plain white
And-
doors.
We feel pretty confident we were following Ren's trail going through a black door.
That is true. That is true.
So, no,
Uh,
Is there any
That
indication?
math adds up.
Curious at
Is-
all,
Is
though?
there
Right,
one
something
wall?
not can be curious.
Is there one wall that doesn't have anything on it in this room? Or is there something I'm missing?
Technically, the two walls at the bottom don't have anything in them, and the point between them is where the hallway is.
All right, I ain't doing anything. Y'all
Okay.
figure it out.
Finnan is gonna stray and go. Are we all like curious about maybe the other doors and just maybe something else? And then touches one of the doors.
Makes
Just like
I'm
point at it.
curious and follows him.
As you touch it, the door changes its design to look like the cover of the Final Cries.
Oh fuck!
The final cries?
He knows what that is.
Oh, fuck.
his book.
It's a local
Never mind. Nothing to see here.
Do
What
we
is
see the door
what?
change?
Yep, you all see the exact same thing.
What does that look
I
like?
don't know what. Yeah.
Well, you tell me, Parker. specifically.
It is a very old leather-bound notebook. It is not as thick as you would think a notebook should be, as it seems that most of the pages were torn out before he uses it. He ever got it, so he has maybe like half a notebook there. He wrote the name, the Final Cries, on the very first page. The front of
Oh.
it is just a normal leather bound.
I
book.
understand. I just put that together. Cool.
And I think that's it. I mean, it's all worn, like it's been used, but that's about it.
So I guess
So
what
the-
you see is a door that pretty much just looks like really worn leather, but with wearing in such a way that Finnan, who has looked at this book every day of his life, immediately recognizes it.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that reaction and having like gone up to the door with them, I'll maybe just be like, am I missing something? This looks like leather. What is this important?
Yeah. I mean, it's not important per se. It's something for that. It looks like this might be another one of these nightmare things that is
Oh,
haunting me because I touched the door. So it seems like touching the door causes you to have your own personal nightmare come to life for everybody else to see. I think I'm tracking, but I'm not tracking.
gotcha. Okay, close your eyes. Poke
Are you like opening the door to poke the inside of it, or
it. Poke.
Oh, just the
same
door, the
thing you
physical
just
door.
did. Yeah.
You touch it, and this door seems to have it doesn't change. I think you put together that once it has changed, it's set in stone.
Yeah, definitely not gonna figure out how to map that.
They'll say.
There's another
well,
door
that's
though,
not
right?
my nightmare.
There are two more
Two more.
doors.
Oh, I'm touching. I was making
I was also
moves on
considering
that
touching
door
one.
while y'all were
Talk
talking.
you can.
Yeah, I was like, when I saw it change different, I would have immediately.
Well, okay.
You
I'll-
guys figure out what the door
But-
does and then turn around.
Vesper for sure, but then it sounded like both Maeve and Kaelinor kind of expressed at the same time that they wanted to do it. So you two decide
If
between
he's headed
yourselves.
over there, I was talking to Finnan, so if he was already gonna do it, that's fine.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
As Vesper, you touch a door, you see this thing morph into black on one side, white on the other side, and concentric swirls going around each other, like a much more complex sort of yin-yang sort of situation. And Kaelinor, yours turns a cobalt blue as you touch it.
Okay.
which I'm just going to say in order. We're going to go Finnan's, then Vesper's, then Kalenor's, as you went down the line there for my understanding.
Dope. Are the doors openable now?
Any one of them is openable if you'd like to.
I'm opening the door. Is it hot? I'm gonna feel it with the back of my palm.
Nope.
Fire check.
Nope, not particularly hot.
I don't know where I saw it. Anyway.
Before I go in, I'm gonna turn to Kaelinor and go, is this kind of like when we did the mist thing with Gwyneth? Do you think that's what this is?
I have, unfortunately, very little frame of reference. I don't know. I mean, the one area we stepped through appeared to be the Drow community. I would assume. I don't know what Ren seemingly experienced before we went through there. I don't know. I wish I had more
Wait,
information.
were there
for you.
people there?
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there were
you
people
saw
there, right?
you saw Drow going about their life.
Yeah,
But we didn't see Gwyneth or Ren, right?
they
At all?
didn't.
No.
They didn't react to us though when we went through it. So I'm
Yeah,
either. I don't.
We're not
I'm
going to be
confused.
splitting up again, are we?
Should I not open this door? I guess
I think opening a door is different from entering it. I think.
You would think.
Fair. This doesn't. I don't think whatever we're experiencing is physical or material. This is visions of sort. But whether it's nightmares or the memories we've been told to seek here, we won't know until we try.
Should we
Vesper,
choose
you
one?
Open your door.
I'm not gonna go in. I just pushed it open.
The door tries to understand your intention. Are you going in or are you not going in? It is basically what it questions.
My intention was to open the door.
Cool.
To
As
show
you
everyone.
open it, you see a similar flat painting image of familiar woods outside of Andover.
Pretty.
Do I see him just open the door and look into it without disappearing?
Thus far, as he had no intention to, as long as he did not enter it in any way, then yes.
I'm gonna open my door.
As you open your door,
My intention, what Kalador is seeking is intention to understand. So interpret that as you will.
you see the den of your childhood home.
Huh. Do I see any people or just the home?
I think you see. Yeah, I think in the image you would see a still painting of your mother.
That's ominous.
Finn's gonna follow suit and open the door like a book.
Well, it is a book.
It's technically a door.
Aren't books just doors to paper?
Oh,
The hinges that
smart.
bind our story together.
Oh,
You really are the king.
Who? What?
Sorry, I thought
I
Kinfest said
forgot
that
was
in
on
his
the
sleep one time.
she believed.
You didn't actually say that. You didn't actually say that. I'm sorry.
Finnan, as you open your door, you see the front of your parents' house.
Hey, look, the crib.
Finnan takes a step closer,
Oh.
wanting to just imagine what he might see. But he's gonna get too close and fall in because he's clumsy as shit.
Okay.
Oh, well, damn, that sucks.
Fuck,
Anyway, you guys want to go
He
upstairs?
went into the door.
You just see him trip and go, ah, fuck.
Falls
well-
straight through.
So now we have the conundrum. When we entered that last chamber, the door disappeared behind us, making backtracking impossible. So now we have all these doors opened, and Finnan is gone, right? He's gone.
Yep.
So now what?
All right, so here's my idea. If it's all fake anyway, we're gonna end up in the same clearing at the end with a little bit more understanding of what the fuck is happening before we either die or get spit out the ass. Hopefully Finnan will be there, or we could go figure out what's up with that guy.
I'm morbidly curious. I'm gonna kind of point back towards the door that's open behind me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not making a decision, but it's
Is that also the crib?
I think as you say out loud, you're morbidly curious. You see the image sort of shimmer, anticipating and hoping you will enter.
I feel it hoping I would enter. Is that a feeling I have?
You've gotten. I think even as you touched it, you got the feeling it was trying to anticipate you, and now you get another feeling inexplicably that this thing wants you to come.
Insight check?
It wants you to enter.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do.
You
This is
can
tough.
go in there if you want to, but I still think it'd be wise to plan on meeting up at the end, you know? So,
Well,
like,
certainly.
don't fucking
I mean-
die, I guess.
I mean, I would hope not.
It's not that bad.
Must-
Kinpath, I think, will say that since there are 6 of you, nobody has to go alone, no matter who decides to go where.
That's true.
But then the stairs remain
Um,
unexplored. Any sign that there was a bitch on the stairs, also. Obvious.
You
Ring-shaped
can roll me an
footprints.
investigation check, if you'd like.
I would like.
I think, yeah, with the 17, there is some indication that someone has used those stairs. I think if you tracked them, you would see them getting about halfway up. Because this room has so much water in it, I think you might see like muddy footprints going up to the top, but then as they turn, the mud has worn off. And I don't think at that point, from at least this landing, you can tell if he went up or down.
Okay.
If someone went up or down.
Basically, I explained that. We could go door, up, down, and then like a free-for-all second pick. 6th pick.
That's an option.
Well, I kind of think you should go through your doors. I mean, especially Vesper, right? With like not knowing your past either. Maybe you don't want to, but this is like a place about memories, right? And this
Seems
might be a stretch, but at least in my experience of opening that one door and accidentally going into it and, you know, that whole situation, it seems to kind of like recognize intention. So, can't promise anything will work, but I don't know. Maybe if we get split up and we just try to like stay on the same intentions. Again,
We intend
stretch,
to-
but find each other, find Ren.
intend to find each other the doors will take us to each other.
The idea,
That's-
maybe.
It's an excellent theory.
I don't
Try
know.
it.
It kind of seems ambitious. I'm just kidding. And I go in the door.
I'll shrug. I'll step in my door.
Good luck.
Okay.
Uh,
Willa, Maeve, where are you going?
I'm going up the stairs.
Okay.
With what
Willa, you
intention?
following?
Wait, finding Ren.
Mm.
why are we? Oh fuck!
we were
Where
all
in your
shitting
house
on
are you?
Willa for not coming with everybody else, and then went.
Maeve,
Yep.
Maeve will say something. She'll say, "All right, Willa, Kinfath, I'm checking out these stairs. You can follow them if you want, but it kind of seems like personal biz. Stairs."
As much as I believe under other circumstances I would follow somebody out of curiosity, I, for some reason, feel I lack the agency to make that decision and will follow you instead, Maeve.
All right,
job,
sounds
Kinfath.
good. And then she walks to the stairs.
Very
I guess
wise.
I'll follow the larger party of people.
At least some of
I
us
guess
together,
she'll like
right?
kind of say to herself, kind of, since Maeve is walking away. Just like ah.
Timing and work.
Excellent.
Oh,
Well then,
jeez.
we have a lot of things to resolve, but first, back to Ren. You were opening your sarcophagus, is that right?
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
In lighter news.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
You,
get the water. I'll be right back.
this is a heavy slab of granite on top, but you are with you're a strong guy. You're
Hey,
able
yo.
to get this thing and push it over the side. You see nothing on the inside. It seems somebody made this sarcophagus for you ceremoniously, assuming you were dead at some point long ago within these almost 1,200 years.
I'm gonna lay in it and take a nap.
Short rest.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
Actually, what started as a meme? I'm gonna lay in the sarcophagus,
I like
assuming
it.
it's clear
Okay.
and like not dirty or something. I think
Maybe a couple
he's-
little cobwebs or something, but yeah.
I genuinely think he's just kind of curious what it would feel like.
Yeah. I think, well, you know what? Why don't you describe to me what you think Ren would feel laying in his own deathbed, if you will.
You describe the material as like a gray, like a dark gray granite,
Mm-hmm.
cold,
Mm-hmm.
No, that's pretty true.
probably sort of comfortable in like a weird way, kind of like, you know, cool side of the pillow sort of
Hmm.
phenomenon, but definitely not traditionally comfy.
How does he feel emotionally laying in his
sure.
sarcophagus?
You know, he was just told that he's 1,200 years old.
Well, he was told he left 1,200 years ago.
Sure. He was told that, and I think his inference is that he's that old. Regardless of truth, I think that's just what's going through his head. I think he feels like he doesn't, like he shouldn't be. Everyone is telling him he shouldn't be alive. All these findings, the history, he disappeared, the sarcophagus, you know, the literal sarcophagus is like, I don't know, he just doesn't, like, he shouldn't still be alive. Like, just kind of racking his brain that he's still around for something, doing something with a group of people he just kind of met a month ago. But he's been around for 1,200 years, potentially.
At
There's
least
just a lot missing there. Yeah. So maybe he gets out of the sarcophagus then. Takes in the names Idra, Ursid, and Fear. Clocks that. I don't think he would have any intention of like looking in those sarcophagi or anything. And you said there was one door, one path?
Yep, there's a door on the same wall that you came in on the far end of the sarcophagi, and then in the middle of the opposite wall is a path leading out.
Yeah, I want to go to the door. I'll mark the door the same, or the area next to the door as I have been, and then I'll step through the door with intention.
Okay. You see actually the same throne room you saw 2 memories ago. But this time it is a different man on the throne. He does look similar to you. But in front of the throne is a much younger version of yourself. This version of Meldrain looks maybe 16 years old. He is standing in front of his father, kind of in a groveling position. But you come out again about 40 feet away from them. What would you like to do?
I don't think I would even, well, I might, I guess, recognize that the dude on the throne looks similar to me because I've seen my reflection so many times. I don't even know that he would recognize, I don't know what physical changes he himself has gone through since this time. He may not even, I think he would kind of arc around that path rather than like a straight linear path. I think he would arc just to get a better view of the kid's face.
Yeah, I mean it is very similar to yours, but without stress and a bit more gaunt. You seem to have put on healthy weight since then. He seems to be quite frail and skinny. As you approach, the scene sort of almost begins to unfold in front of you. And you see Meldrain say to the man on the throne, "Father, I'm sorry. We they were in our sights, but they got away. I'm so sorry. I will do better next time." You see his father, Idra, say, You will learn the lesson the hard way." He snaps his finger, and coming out of the hall behind the throne is a guard of sorts holding a multi-flailed whip that is put in the hands of Idra. You see Idra lash this child 20 times, aiming for the same spot every time. You see Meldrain in a position where he should be screaming out in pain, turned away, lashes to his back, grimacing as hard as he can to not make a noise, so that no more come when this is done. What is Ren feeling in this moment? Does he do anything?
You stop me if it's a stretch. Are Phantom Limb phenomenon?
Is that? Oh, vaguely, yeah.
Basically the idea being like somebody feeling pain in a limb that they maybe no longer have.
Right.
Whether it's been like amputated surgically or lost. I think he might start to grab at his back, feeling just kind of like not really pain, but like I think his back gets warm. It feels just not, what am I looking for? Not natural. You know when you like see or you think about your nose, then you see your nose, you just kind of recognize that it's there. It's not a pain sensation. It's, a spot on your back exists.
Right.
Like when you
aware.
realize you're breathing, but
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah. And so I don't think
First
he's
of all,
just
fuck
magically.
you, but also yes.
I don't think he's magically just feeling pain, like by proxy. But I think it's this thought that he's kind of like aware of what that could feel like.
Sort of an empathetic.
Yeah.
Pain. Yeah.
Yeah. Not much to be said though.
When the lashings end, you see the father say, "You will do better next time. I am sure of it. We will not have a failure on the throne when I am gone." After Meldrain nods, silently and not looking his father in the eyes, he moves off toward the same hall that Gwynedd took earlier. But as he moves, right behind where he was standing on the far wall is a white door.
What does Idra do?
Idra hands his whip back to a guard and waves him away. And he just sits in his throne, legs sort of spread out, arms, hands in a pensive position like this, and he just silently thinks for a while.
I think Ren would adjust to being perpendicular to, or directly in front of his father, sitting in the throne. Standing though, I think he, even without his father looking up, I think he's probably almost as if he could intimidate a thought. Just kind of, time difference. I imagine you said he's bigger, maybe he's taller, but he's just more competent now, and I think that he is almost trying to dwarf his father in a way. Even without his father's recognition, I think he just stands there kind of soaking that in for a second or two, and then he'll walk to follow himself. Coming to the door, taking the door, and no looking back or anything, just probably almost with a little bit of anger, kind of throwing the door open and walking through.
As you walk through, you're back in a familiar room. You're back in this octagonal room. You see the door immediately to your left now is white, but the two on the far wall across from you, the one on the left has your mark, and the one on the right is the one that you went in the first time.
Can I go to the door that I went through the very first time?
Mhm.
I want to etch an X through either the ground or the wall next to the door. Just an X with my sword.
Yeah, absolutely. Like big X right on the ground in front of it in the clay. Marked off that.
And
Before we
then,
continue with you,
Yep,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
cut to some
Go ahead.
others.
Yep.
Finnan,
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
you stumble through this house onto the docks of Andover. Through this door into the docks of Andover. And in front of you, you see the facade of your parents' house. Can you describe what that looks like to me? Because I don't really have a description for that.
Kind of like your normal average seafaring house, where when they are like on the port, it's just kind of it looks like driftwood because of how weathered it is from the water and the rain and all the sea. It's not falling apart, but it looks kept, but it's just old looking with how weathered it is.
You hear from outside this house. You get out, don't you come back to you apologize. Just screaming, and you recognize it's the voice of your mother. But shortly after that, you see a younger Finnan come out the door, a single tear dripping down his face, and you recognize him. He's about 17 years old. You know, around this time, he's found his little street pack. And I think you also know that shortly before this time is when Finnan would have taken his first life. Despite working for the king for years, always was sent with Isabel and just cleaned up and got the stories. Now he's fighting with his parents over something that current you can't even remember what it was. It wasn't important, but it got blown out of proportion. You see this kid venture through the streets or through the docks, I should say, and head down toward the coast. Do you follow?
Yeah.
You follow, and the sun is setting. It is evening, meaning you will be without a home tonight. But not knowing where else to go, we just start walking. And you see yourself pass by a fish vendor's cart that is closed, but the stands still have some leftover ice in them. And laying on one of those stands is Uncle Jack, who you see call out,
Hi, buddy.
You're not looking so great there, Sonny. Come and let's have a seat. And there's a brief moment here in this memory where you see yourself stop in a way that you don't remember doing. and your body becomes almost ethereal and glowing. What do you do? Or, I'm sorry, the old version of you looks ethereal and glowing.
Finn, knowing that the way that this whole interaction went, he's gonna get closer to Uncle Jack more than anything. Not put himself in between them, but be like right next to him to make any kind of action that might happen if something happened. Because we like Uncle Jack.
Yeah. I think as you approach, your left hand brushes into your own right hand, and you feel a tug within yourself, as if it wants you to join it.
Oh my goodness. No! What are you doing? I just picked up
I
Sylvia
start.
and started shaking her
I
around.
start. I'm not backing away, but like sidestepping that feeling. I guess it sounds ridiculous.
As you step away from it, your intention is made clear, and the scene continues. In spite of it, in spite of the decision to not join in,
No?
you see
Probably will. I will.
yourself
About to take my hoodie off.
kind of roll your eyes a little bit, but lay down in the ice with Uncle Jack. Because where else are you gonna go? At least you like this guy. He hands a bottle of rum to Finnan after inspecting it for a bit. And that is not something to this point that Uncle Jack had ever done. And for the first time, Finnan drinks alongside him. This 17-year-old kid is like, I gotta drown my worries somehow. You sit with Jack for a while, and there's long conversations as he asks what's going on and what happened, and Finnan tells him as much as he can without getting in trouble from the king. In the end, Jack, drunk as he is, waves his bottle in the air and just goes, you know, we face up to awful things all the time. Because we can't go around them, you know, we can't go anywhere else, we must just go through them. The sooner you accept that what's done is done, the sooner you can get over it. And we have to get over it. There's no other choice besides you. You got these kids looking up to you now, right? Well, we have to get over. Somehow. We do. We always do. Even the worst things. Then the memory seems to just stop. As you look around, you see most of the places that should have doors here don't have doors, but the small warehouse where one of the Murrows worked before has a stark white door awaiting you.
Can I wander around? I know there's no doors in any places, but do like the windows show any kind of interaction or anything? Or is it just like pitch black everything? Like everybody's went to bed.
Most people have gone to bed. I mean, you see some sailors still up working at overnight, you know. There's a few lanterns lit around. It's not entirely black. You could explore the area a bit if you wanted, but I think you see two some extent beyond this area, a similar thing to what was described to Ren as watercolor paint's not going any further than probably the edge of this main dock.
I go to the door and I go through it, I guess.
Great. You this one. You find yourself in a perfectly rectangular, entirely flat stone room with absolutely no designs and no hallways. You're coming out of, let's see, we'll call it the top of this. There's a door on each wall and nothing else.
I want to keep going straight.
Cool. You can do so. I will mark that, but we'll come back to you in a bit. Vesper.
Yes.
You step through into a forest, a familiar forest, one you've been to actually pretty recently, but also the one you woke up in. This time. Well, last time, kind of.
It's really complicated voices.
You you look around and give me a perception check here while you're here.
I will perceive. 17.
The 17, I think you can pretty easily see a familiar building out here in the woods. It is an old lumberjack shop with the storekeep you used to work for. He would just pay a few silver for you cleaning up his shop, and you're not sure you ever even learned his name. He sure didn't know yours.
I didn't.
But as you look around for a bit, you see a younger you who looks not quite as young as Seven was, but he's maybe 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeping the porch of this lumberjack's shop, as the man himself is just inside. Where there would have been a front door on this building, there is not one, you notice. What do you do in here?
Nobody's noticed that I exist.
Nobody seems to see you or notice you.
I'm gonna go watch the kid sweeping technique closer.
Sure. You go up and join him on this little porch. Kind of like an overhang at a Cracker Barrel. You know how there's like all those chairs out there, but it's like a supports and a full thing.
Yeah, we actually lived in an old Cracker Barrel. That's what this is. From the before times.
Rebranded or okay, you know.
From the before
times. Yeah, you approach, and of course he doesn't see you, but he's just sweeping away, trying to mind his own business. You see 3 horse riders approaching from within the forest. As they get closer to the building, you can see the familiar symbol of the Cockroach King on armbands on their shoulders. They step down and enter the shop, ignoring younger Vesper entirely.
Are they wearing pants?
They are wearing pants. Yep,
Puff of smoke out of my
taken-
nostrils.
They walk inside and they say, "This is week 3, buddy."
Can I
It is
see
now or
through the
never.
gap, or they just go through a wall?
Yeah, you can see right through it. Yep.
Okay.
As if there's just not a door there.
Mhm.
Plus, there's a big window that I think you see your younger self looking through the window to see what's going
Okay.
on as well.
Then I'll
Um,
join.
um, the man, the lumberjack, says, "Look, it's been a slow season. I'll get it to him. Give me 4 more days, and I'll have the money." But another of the men from the horses say, "Sorry, buddy." He says it's time to repossess. You see all of them draw swords and very quickly put an end to your employer. A man that you might have called a friend, even if you didn't know much about him. They ransack the place, knowing you're there, knowing younger you is there, but not paying any attention. And when they've taken everything they want, they hop back on their horses and leave. You see younger you walk into the shop. Do you follow behind? You see him approach the body of the lumberjack fallen behind the counter. And you know this was this version of Vesper's first encounter with death. But the child doesn't look particularly shaken. It seems there are some practices instilled in him that, despite not knowing why, he understands death isn't necessarily a bad thing. The child just sits over him for a while, before eventually the scene comes to an end. And where there wasn't a door on the front of the building before is now a stark white door.
I'm going to turn the doorknob. Turn around and turn the doorknob. And then... Yeah, you should really go to therapy about that. See you, kid. And go through the door and close it.
Cool. You are this one. So you know what? At almost the same time, walk out of a different door in the same room as Finnan.
Who was first?
I think the same time.
Beat ya.
I think you are exiting the doors as you. He is to your left, effectively, as you come out of this room.
Beat ya.
Or along that left wall.
Anyway, you look
Next, we
speechless. I know
have-
it was a traumatic experience. You don't have to say anything.
Next, we have Kaelinor. And before we do that, I gotta use the potty. I'll be right back.
It's all that water he's been drinking
Great
because he won't
pizza.
shut up.
Yeah.
You guys hear the police?
Guys, am I doing it?
Yes.
What are you doing?
It's a map.
Wait, Ivy, come back. You don't have headphones on.
Oh,
It
I
looks like
see.
a chemical equation.
It
like,
does.
Squint your eyes.
Because yeah. Yep, I can
Hexagons with like lines coming off of them.
see it. Yeah.
Octagons? Gons of some sort.
Multi-gons.
Gone with
There's
the wind.
several different gons going on here.
Tuesday's gone with the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Is a square technically a quadragon?
No, it's a square, idiot.
It's a rectangle.
Right, but
I hope these answers were helpful for you.
Yeah.
they never are.
They're never really answers.
Yeah,
One
that's
door
part of the
leads to
problem,
another
yeah.
door. One door leads to another door.
I wasn't in this room, but I have a question.
No.
Is at the door behind Finnan as he comes out, is it a book? And is the door behind Vesper his yin yang shit? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Kaelinor,
Yes.
you step into
Shit.
your childhood home, the front room, with it's a fairly nice house. I mean, your parents weren't rich, but they were upper middle class aristocrats, both intellectuals in their own way. You see sitting on a nice couch over by the window is your mother, which I believe is pronounced Elhara.
That sounds right. I picked it from a list of Elvish names 2 years ago and haven't thought about it since.
Sick. Elhara. And Father Ilatan. You see, she is sitting in front of a small alchemist's table as she is combining various arcane ingredients together. And on the other side of that alchemist table is a much, much younger version of you, maybe 8 years old, sitting cross-legged on the floor, looking up at your mom working. How do you interact with this space? Do you approach, or do you look for anything else or anything?
I think I just watch for a second and maybe just kind of like look around the room and like take it in, like look for silly little things that might have stood out from childhood, like stupid things like where there's like that tiny little crack in the floor or something, just some weird specific things that you might remember as a kid. Just kind of sussing out the detail of this space.
Yeah, and I think everything that you can be nostalgic about is there and is quite nostalgic. Every memory of how this place would have looked at this time is spot on. You see your mother mixing things together, and the little version of you stands up and puts his hands on the table and goes, "What you making, mommy?" And she smiles and chuckles and is enthused with how interested you are. And she tries to tell you things in the most basic of terms. Well, I'm making a special coating for a sword. And you see little you look up and go, How do you do that? And she goes, well, in this case, I'm taking essence of dragon's breath and the mucus of a toad, and when you combine those two together, you can put a bit of a short-lasting, if not powerful, little slime on the sword, you know, and then the sword is better. And little you just wide-eyed goes, "Wow, that's so cool. Where's my train?" And run away.
Nice.
And sit back on the floor with a little model train. And you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you would feel a sense of kind of understanding yourself in a way that maybe you didn't remember. Like maybe this was too early, that you didn't realize this is why you're so interested in alchemy and magic. But you know that your parents were trying to support your goals from an early age. Support your interests, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing much else happens in the memory, but the door behind you is gone. You don't see another door in this room.
I'm stuck.
But there is more to your house than this one room, fortunately. I suppose, kind of a rhetorical question, would you like to explore your house in search of a room?
Yeah, I'll start walking around real quick. Before we move on, I have a question. What were the two things that she said she was combining? It was dragon something and toad something, but I don't remember what.
Essence of dragon's breath and toad mucus.
Sounds made up.
Most of it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but you said it,
Toad
so now
mucus
it's
is a real
canon.
thing.
I wrote it down.
Well,
now you have to. Now you have to appease it.
I
But
should
yeah,
say,
no, I would
I
definitely.
planned that to be real. I just mean all
Okay.
of D&D is made up.
Yeah, well, I'm writing down what Cracker Barrel and Rome from this session. Like,
Easy. Yeah, no, I would like to continue exploring my house, but I don't know what to specifically necessarily look for.
Well, why don't you describe to me some details about your childhood home?
Yeah. Probably somewhat close to where my mother is doing her work. I'm imagining there's like a big table that has a bunch of individual like small potted plants on it that are all their own different thing, and maybe some like hanging in the window, and then on the back wall, there's like, you know, racks, like, you know, kind of like spice racks but with different alchemical ingredients and stuff. On the other side of the room, bookshelves all lined with books, which is probably where Kaelinor spent most of his time, like looking for nostalgic things, like going down the rows of books and being like, oh yeah, I read that one 20 years from now and stuff like that. And yeah, I'd probably like a kitchen and a dining room attached to that. I don't have anything fancy for that.
Sure.
upper middle class. Like, it's a nice kitchen, right? Like, you could
Oh
make
yeah, no,
pancakes
it's
there.
definitely could make pancakes if one
Yeah.
had
Nice.
The imagination.
intention, but you know, this is my memory, so that doesn't happen.
There are no pancakes in sight.
No pancakes.
Pancakes are notably not an elven food.
I think you actually remember specifically hating pancakes as a kid.
Oh my
When you
gosh.
see your kitchen, you're like, oh yeah, I remember how much I hated pancakes. My mom tried to feed me those in there once. I hated it.
Alchemists and pancakes.
That's just toxic, bro.
Yeah, I think as you step around into the kitchen, you see Ilatan, your father, there. He seems to be... at this point, the memory has sort of stopped, but even in his frozen in time position, you can see that just out of view of young you, he was going through some books, and he's a merchant that did his best to sell wares and make money however he could, but he looks a bit stressed. Writing some things down and just hand going through his hair. He's a little disheveled, and I think you can already put together as a player, so I don't need to make you roll for it, that like Kaelinor might realize that like maybe everything wasn't always so as peachy keen financially as he thought, but his parents never let him think that, never let him know that.
Sure.
But on the far side of the kitchen, you do see a white door awaiting you.
Oh, that was easy. I found it. I would like to, before seeing the door, I'd like to backtrack just a little bit, go back into the room and go to the bookshelves, and just because I'm curious, I want to just grab a couple books off the shelf. Can I physically touch them?
You can physically touch them, but you can't move them.
Can't move them. Okay, so I can like run my fingers along the spine, but if I try and pull it out, it doesn't move. Okay. All right. Well, experiment unsuccessful. I will head to the door.
Cool. You step out, and you were that
Opposite
one.
Vesper?
So you. Wait a minute. Doesn't make any sense. Hold on.
None of it makes sense.
Wait a minute. Yes, actually.
Haha!
Because those are the only two that I forgot to pair. So yes, that's where I asked.
Haha! I willed it into existence.
There we go. Yes. So now the three of you are back in a room together. Kinfeth, Maeve, and Willa.
Suck.
Yeah.
You all
I forgot
Make your
the
way.
picture. I just made eye contact with Theo's picture and was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And like,
I'm not gonna lie, like every time I think something's funny or say a joke or somebody says a joke, I look up there and I see him smile and I'm like, okay, he thought it too, because that's what we do normally. And then I'm like, oh,
fuck.
he's just cheesing always. Okay.
I love it.
The three of you make your way up these stairs, and as you get to the top, you see Ren in this room.
Hey.
I fucking told you guys, by the way.
In fairness, he wasn't there if I hadn't done his, but you know.
It's intuition.
Mabel said, "Hey, I intend to find Ren," and then keeps walking.
This shit's fucking easy.
Hey, Ren. So we all
Ren
kind of
here?
just split
He's
up
down the hall.
into-
Oh, did you start going down the hall?
No, he's just down the hall in the room.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, yeah, I'm assuming you guys made it to the end of the hall. Sorry, yes, you did that, then you're in the room, yes.
Ren.
Wait, dude.
Hey, Maeve.
We found you.
I got scared that you like drowned or got lost or something, but then we just all got lost, and then the other guys, they went into some doors, and so now they're gone, but we're here.
Gotcha. Did when they touched the door, did it change?
Yeah, it looked like things assumingly relevant to them. Kaelinor's was blue, because, you know, he's got a blue thing going on. Vesper's was like black and white and swirly, because, you know, black and white thing going on. And then Finnan's was like some old leathery book, I guess. I don't know about that. I tried to ask,
Huh.
didn't get too far. Yeah, but they're
Gotcha.
gone.
Yeah. How did you guys
How's it?
find me?
I'd like to pretend that my hypothesis worked and that my intentions guided me to you, but we just went up these stairs. I don't know.
How many? Wait. Did you come out of a? Have you been following the doors that I went through?
Going through some doors. I don't know which ones you went through.
Were they all kind of?
We went through a room
Well-
with a big tree in it,
Yeah,
and
I've
then
been there a couple times.
walked through a village, and then we ended up back here, and then everybody decided to split up, but we decided to come up the stairs, and then we ran into you, and that's all we got.
Yeah, this is my third time being back in this room, so I don't know. Percentage-wise, it probably makes sense they make it back here eventually. It does also
Do you
kind of
know-
seem like time is moving normally. Did you guys wait about 5 minutes before jumping in?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not worth waiting and we can just continue leaving breadcrumbs. Did you guys see any of the markings or?
No. What markings?
I'm gonna point.
Oh, now I do.
Got it. I put a lot of effort into this. Not
I
really.
like it. It looks nice.
It's
It might help the others.
actual
wherever
destruction
they're at.
of whatever property. I think we're in a sacred place, and I kind of just defaced property. So, yeah, I hope it resets or something when we leave. I don't know.
Wipe.
Willow, were you saying
Should-
something?
Have you found what you're looking for? And if so, do we know of a way out?
No. I think I'm seeing memories, but I mean nothing's like magically clicked. It's definitely pieces that I didn't remember. They feel familiar enough. I just don't I don't know. I mean, if I really have been alive 1200 years, I don't imagine a couple doors and a few memories is gonna fill in the gap. So, no, I think I'm still looking. I don't know how to get out of here. I imagine there's maybe a way through, or, but I still have some stuff to look around for, I think.
Well, do you want to do that solo style personal biz? I mean, we mainly came just to make sure you were okay. I don't want to be like messing up your groove, you know.
No, I don't mind. I don't think. Just don't judge me too much for whatever you see.
Deal.
I
wanna-
also agree with that.
Thank you, Kinfeth. Means a lot coming from you, specifically.
That's a little racist, but alright.
Well,
Willow.
so So
It
far,
was more sexist in this moment, to be honest with you.
That's
Yeah.
true. It is sexist.
these doors have been a bit indifferent for me. Which door do you think? Front or back?
Is there
They're both right. Front right, back right.
At this
Back
current
right.
junction, I believe only the back right has not been used, because you came out of the front right door to arrive here.
Oh, I see. I didn't put that together. So then, yeah, one door to go. I'll walk up and close my eyes, grab the door. Oh, go ahead.
As you're doing that, Mabel will say, I kind of still want to see if this thing is right. So, what if you think like really hard about something you want to learn more about, and then you open the door? You know, set those intentions.
Did you guys start here when you came out of the water? In this room?
yes.
Did you notice that 2 doors had been touched?
Yes.
Yes, we did,
did.
and we went into that one. And he points to the first one that you went in.
So
I told him first.
I touched the first one, and that's the one I ended up going through. That one, I thought really hard about things like freedom and family. And I walked into a war scene where everyone died. So,
Gotcha.
I don't
All right.
know that you're wrong, but if that is a direct correlation, I don't see what it was trying to tell me.
Well, all right. Scratch that. Carry on.
I'm more than happy to try. At the very least, it'll be what it is regardless, right?
Right.
Okay.
And
What's up?
But before you make a decision, I just want to. There's the one door in here, but there is also 3 yet unexplored hallways that you could choose.
Yeah. I still want a new door.
Valid.
Quick question: which direction do the stairs enter this first center room?
From the bottom.
From the bottom.
Is that all?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna mark it as before I go through. I'm gonna mark it with an arrow, I guess, pointing at the door.
Sure.
And I'll close my eyes, swing the door open, and open them walking through.
Okay.
I assume we follow.
Sure. Yeah. Can't also will follow.
Cool.
As you all enter,
EDB effect.
yeah. Every creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn,
That's
and
good. Guys.
also,
Sick.
you're all fucking chocobos.
And
You all fucking.
turns over.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Ugh.
Drop my pencil.
You once again walk into this this throne room.
I'm just gonna make a quick little under the breath comment of again.
The rest of the group also recognizes this place now. You see now Meladrain sitting on his throne, and a group of advisors surround him, while a small group of soldiers is waiting a command. You in pretty much the same position you keep coming out of. Do you move forward in the room?
I'll look back at the group. I assume the door is vanished. It's emptiness, no door to retreat to. So I'll walk forward.
I'll follow around.
You guys get up like near the throne again, and you hear one of the advisors say, "Another group of adventurers has walked into our little trap. Shall we extract from them?" And Meladrain kind of shoves this old crone off of him. Who's like, dude, obviously really annoyed with this creepy old dude. And he looks over to the soldiers and goes, "Go watch them. Be sure this goes well. The shade around the forest is starting to wear thin. We need this one to go well." He reaches a hand up towards the tree on the opposite side of the room, and the same shadow magic flows into his hand. And then with a wave of his hand outward, you see it sort of just disperse out into the forest.
Interesting.
You see the soldiers make their way out through the hallway by the tree. And Ren, could you give me an insight check with advantage, please?
Sure. Fuck, just better than a 10, please. Oh my god. Yeah, this is miserable.
You don't
Reroll,
remember.
please.
You forgot.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
it's
want to
uncared.
to
Jeez.
offer help or guidance or anything that anybody can do to help him?
I do from the
Bardic inspiration, maybe.
beyond.
Yeah, I see Ren struggling to put the pieces together. So Willow will like pull out her horn that she only knows one note on, and like, but does it really quietly, like as quietly as possible, to just get a little noise out, as to not
little poop
completely
noise?
ruin the environment, and inspire Ren here.
What is your inspiration die?
D6.
Okay.
Wait,
add a
wait,
D6
wait,
to that.
wait. Let me double check.
I had D8. I think I have
It is
5 in
D8.
Bard.
It's a D8. It's a D8.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you can get this to a 10, you can get some major information. So you want a 4 or higher on this die.
It's not gonna be.
Yes, it will.
Oh!
Yeah.
Excellent. You
Lord, I've never struggled so hard for 10.
you approach your old self, and with a pretty good read on your own face and what you might be expressing, the rest of your court here doesn't seem to think anything is wrong. But you know that Meldrain is really stressing out right now. Like, he said we need this to work, and I don't think the rest of them registered just how bad things are getting. But I think you were able to put together from his expression that at this point in Meldrain's reign, things ain't going very well. But
What?
with that, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what does he do?
I think he orders one of his attendants to bring him some wine, and the wine that is brought to him is incredibly dark and almost purple instead of red. Perhaps a special sort of thing curated here. But you see him start taking down glasses of wine pretty quickly. And then I believe the memory kind of comes to a stop.
Well, it's kind of coming to a stop. I want to turn to Maeve specifically and just kind of match eye contact. And then I'm going to look over at the tree, point, and then look back at Maeve. I think that's the tree we're looking. Not the tree, but the tree. If that
Right.
makes sense. Yeah.
So,
At least now we kind of know where we're looking, I guess.
true. But can't you, like, not go back here? Like, in real time? If we ever get out of this.
I suppose, but I mean, I don't see why I can't just walk back in. May not be happy about it, but
Yeah, we've
mean-
dealt with a lot of angry people.
a storm giant, literal demon from, yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also think we'll be fine.
Is there a door that appears?
You do not see a door in this room, but you do recall having seen a door not far down the hall behind the throne in a previous memory.
Gotcha. I'll mention, I think there's a door I didn't use earlier back here, and I'll head that way.
Follow.
When you go back there, I think you see there were wine bottles stored here previously. There is a surprisingly low supply. And I think you put together that what Meldrain is out there doing now was a habit around this time. But
Is
that door
there?
does, yep, the door does await you in this sort of storage closet.
Same little ritual at this point. I'll mark in the floor on a wall, in the arrow, pointing at the door, and then step through.
As you do so, where are you?
Where
you
are you?
find yourself and oh, I'm so sorry. You find yourself at the end of a very long dark hallway. You can see almost to the end of it from the door, but not quite. Before we decide where you're going, let us return to the other three, who are now all in the same room. Which I should have planned that better, but you know what? It kind of actually works out. So great. What do you three do?
Do their doors look like their doors from when they went in?
Yes, they do.
What's
So
the
there's
password?
Literally only one door available.
Yes.
So,
But do you say anything to one another after
What's
your
the
experiences or
password?
anything?
password?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, boy.
Uncalled for?
Oh, that was above table.
Well, we're back together. Gonna point at the door.
Was your memories different from your actual memories?
What?
I had events happen that I don't remember happening. Like
My
they
memory-
were skewed, or that they, you know.
If I can say above table, they weren't intended to be skewed if I got something wrong. But just so nothing gets off on the wrong track.
I sort of think this whole place is about unlocking the memories we've repressed and sort of like discovering our true feelings behind those and some of the reasons, the fucked up ones we've ended up as we are, as I'm unsheathing my sword. What's the fucking safe word?
Oh, the pancakes.
Jesus Christ. Vinin, what's the
I
safe
forgot
word?
about that.
Shut up. Vinin, what's the safe word?
Pancakes.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, I think it's,
okay.
you know, deeper than we remember because of emotional trauma and things like that.
I was quite young in my memory, so it's kind of hard for me to really necessarily recall what I was experiencing at the time. It felt incredibly vivid and real, and
Mhm.
kind of a scary way, to be honest. But looks like
Were yours in first person?
there's. What do you mean by that?
Did you interact with the world you were in as your younger self?
No, I could see
Huh.
myself. Were you seeing it through your younger eyes?
No.
Okay, cool. So
We exist outside ourselves, beside ourselves, in our emotional trauma.
Did you feel any kind of pull when you interacted with anything?
No poles, but there was a Cracker Barrel porch. Beams, I would call them, maybe.
That is
We couldn't afford poles.
absolutely cannot be in character.
It was a nice, rustic, wooden, slightly dilapidated porch
Cool.
with beams, not poles. We couldn't afford poles.
I wouldn't describe any of my feelings as a pole necessarily.
I went to get closer to the situation. I didn't touch anything this time, but I did apparently, and it was kind of like trying to invite me in, and I didn't know if I wanted to be invited in.
What was inviting you in?
Emotions. Or whatever this hellscape is.
I didn't experience that, but I would suggest avoiding it because it sounds like a trap.
In my experience, and I haven't experienced those very much either, but yes, avoiding them entirely has worked very well for me so far.
I don't mean emotions. I mean your memory is trying to pull you in.
They avoid those too, yes.
I'm only apprehensive about avoiding it because when we did the first thing, we had to,
Mm-hmm.
accept the opposite and do the opposite.
See, this is
It's very confusing. My brain is turning into mush.
I'm limited experience here. My experience coming into the woods originally was hypothetical. This was not. This isn't made up. This was a reminder, almost. So, how to differentiate that? I don't know. It's different somehow. Don't know how to explain it. Anyway, we're here.
There's only one door. How do we? How we
Are
gonna
the
choose
doors
this?
still behind us, closed where we came through?
Yes.
I'm willing to.
I mean, I am too.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I
gonna go
just don't
knock on the
know.
door. It's white, just a plain white door. We're knocking.
It is. Is Vesper the first to touch it though?
Apparently, does somebody beat me there?
Oh, we all want to do it.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
it's
race.
kind of a.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
I have disadvantage on this. Not like actual disadvantage,
Fuck.
but I am at disadvantage for this.
Wait, are we
Oh, never
actually
mind.
rolling advantage?
Just to see who gets to do it.
Beat my 21, Finnan.
For, sorry, initiative.
How far away is the door?
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. 11.
Easy.
How far away is
Cool.
the door?
Kaelinor gets
Is
to
there-
do it.
Is there?
I have to
What
ask.
is it? What happens if we go back to our door? Does it just replay?
You can experiment with that if you'd like.
5 and
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, yeah. You open this door, and you come out of the door that you went in at the end. You see the end of your memory as you just experienced it. Younger you and Uncle Jack laying in the fish tray.
Can I interact with it this time?
You see the memory is essentially frozen in time, like it has already
frozen?
played.
Okay.
You gotta rewind the tape.
So is that
Single
door
use.
still there that I went in, or do I have to go out the other door?
It is still there.
Okay. So I go back. I come back and I go. Well, you can go back in and you can come back where you came from. So if we want to backtrack, we can somehow.
Well-
Something kind of.
I wonder. When
You
I
know what?
entered,
The rules of this should dictate that it isn't there.
the first door,
door.
like where we entered,
The door that Finnan goes through the door,
and can't
and
come
then he can't come back.
back. Fuck.
5
Well.
and in. All right, you want to go through the new door, or do you want to go back?
I mean, I want to go this way.
Did you touch it yet?
I don't know. Did I touch it? I was gonna touch
You
it.
touch it. Yep.
I
Ah,
touched
Right
it.
up and touch it.
Hello?
It turns again a cobalt blue.
Get in.
Let's step inside.
Finnan, on the inside of your sort of frozen memory, I think it would just occur to you that since you came here to get out, the only thing that would make sense would be to try to go back to the beginning. With that nod, I'm taking that as you do so.
I mean, what else am I gonna do?
Die.
As you travel through this memory, coming out where you came in, coming in where you came out, I think you see this play in reverse.
Oh, fun. Can they turn back around?
People speaking backwards like you're playing a record backward, and just yep, drop, wait, and then everything is moving backwards. And at the end of it, you once again hear some backward distorted version of your mother's scream, but then you see your front door turn into a stark white door.
Fuck, I can't turn around. Okay.
keep going back and forth. It's fine.
Yeah, I wanted to do that just to piss.
Yeah, you go through it and you find yourself in that hexagonal room that you all were in before.
Is there any markings anywhere? Can I insight check that?
There aren't any markings left in this room. But you know, the only people who physically moved out of the space took the stairs upwards.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm in a different room. Okay. I guess I'm doing that because I can't go in the other rooms.
You could
Word.
theoretically go through the rooms that we went through just to get
I
back into
could.
the room we were in.
Hmm.
And I
kinda
told
like
you
that.
my room was just a house.
Yeah,
So,
I
like, you can
kind of
literally
like that.
just
Yeah, I might
15
just do
feet.
that. Yeah, I'm gonna run through the blue door. Just ignore everything and try to find it.
Word.
Don't
Yeah,
kiss
that
my
works for
mom
me.
like that.
You run through there. You see baby Kaelinor. You think he's kind of cute. You
Wait,
see
wait,
your
it's
dad
like
looking kinda
baby
stressed.
Finn dancing in front of the mirror. He's like, oh, sick, okay. Tough tootin'
Yeah,
wizard.
and then you move past him and through the kitchen, and then you come back out in that room. Before they have even left the space, you find yourself back here.
Timey-wimey bullshit.
Timey-wimey bullshit. Well,
Hi,
don't do
Finn.
that. Holy shit, that was good. That
Hi,
oh, fuck.
Finn.
I think the last thing I was expecting was for you to come from there. Are you coming with us?
Yeah,
All right.
timey-wimey bullshit.
Let's go.
Yeah, the three of you walk into that room. And we're gonna cut from you guys before we do another memory, I think. Because that was a while. Well, I guess we have two groups of people right now. Everybody's kind of in bundles. So Ren, Maeve, Willa, and Kinfeth, you are all in this long dark tunnel. Seemingly only one way forward.
I take the seemingly only one way forward.
Cool.
Actually, hold on. Sorry. I look behind me. What's there?
There's a door with
Kinfeth.
your typical fashion.
Okay, then I go for it.
Cool.
I was going to attempt walking backwards down the hall. Didn't
That'd be
know if that would do anything, but anyway.
I need all of you to make me a perception check, please.
No, you don't.
If you
I
don't
got
want
this,
to,
guys.
you don't have to.
Maeve's got this, guys.
At a certain point, you might be better off just taking your passive perception.
Yeah. I got a 10. My passive perception is a 9.
But hey, you beat it.
I
Better.
Kinfeth nat 20, but because Maeve got almost as much and is here, Maeve.
What the fuck?
Kinfeth is right there.
I got that 25 when that kid had that 20 earlier. It's fine.
Oh yeah, well.
I'm not.
You know.
I don't. I'm just being a dick.
Yes.
Maeve, you spot for the first time in anywhere in this place a small tripwire running across near the end of the hall.
Whoa.
Fuck.
She will. How close are we to the end of the hall?
Probably like 10 feet away, and it's just right across. From this distance, you can tell that this hall does turn to the right at the
Yeah.
end with your dark vision. And
I'm
it's like right before it
assuming-
turns.
Okay, assuming Ren is leading the way, she's just gonna like grab his arm and kind of stop Kinfeth and Willa and just be like, "Whoa, tripwire, do you see that?"
I guess I do. I don't know that I've... Huh. Why would anybody booby trap this? ground is it?
Like 8 inches.
What would that be, like middle shin,
I'm
low shin?
Willa could walk
low
under
shin,
it.
ankles, really, depending on how.
Is it pretty easy to
Figure.
step over?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'll step over it.
I will too.
Do I need to make a check for that?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I
Can
know
I,
You would
it wouldn't go well.
as,
Thank
as
you.
we're going over it, can I investigate what it might be connected to, or like what it's where it's originating from?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Let's poke the trap that he didn't make us roll for.
I'm not poking it.
I strummed the tripwire.
Path would poke the.
Okay,
From
Red's gonna
10
say,
feet away.
Wait. He's gonna take 10 steps back.
I'm not
Okay, now.
touching it.
You see with a 12 that it is running like into the walls, into some sort of into something that is connected into the larger infrastructure of this place. I don't think with a 12 you can pinpoint where the trap is or what the trap was, but you know that it wasn't left here later. It was built into this place.
Actually, before we get too far, do any of you have a light source?
Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
I have fire.
You have Blight.
Yeah, I should take the.
Wait,
B out.
your flame sword thing would produce light?
Yeah, I said I have fire and sacred flame and.
I don't want to do that. Instead, shoot, I don't know if I have. I'm trying to think of any way to mark this for the group that's about to probably walk through here.
Oh.
I guess since I don't have a better way, if somebody else thinks of something, but I'm just gonna start etching a gigantic, very visible arrow in front of the tripwire, pointing to the tripwire on the ground. As visible as I can make it, I guess. I don't know what that means.
Sure.
I don't have a light.
Yeah, you can make a big old arrow for sure. I think everybody has dark vision at the moment, so they should be able to see it.
Maeve is gonna like look at the arrow like this and go, that looks like it means go forward. Maybe write like no or something. Or like bad.
Is the arrow pointing down at it,
Down
or
bad.
from the side at it?
I definitely put it on the ground. Honest gamer mode. I definitely put it on the ground. No, Maeve is
Word.
right. I'm gonna put an X through the arrow.
I think that sends a message.
You should
You
just
think?
trip the wire.
And I am sure that
Get it
Vesper
over
will
with.
misinterpret it.
Well,
I was
if
trying to
nothing-
figure out how to.
Always.
riddle
Oh,
me
this way.
though. If nothing is like letting us actually interact with it, like would it even go off? If it's like part of the place and not like new.
I
wanna
mean, it could
try
blow up and
it.
kill us. It could collapse the entire cave. Who knows?
If we
Really,
intend,
I don't want to find out.
if we intend for the trap to not go off when we pull the string,
Willow, that's ridiculous.
Thank you
Ah.
for saying that.
that's the line of logic we've been.
Yeah, it was. It didn't work though.
Sorry.
Well, the DM wouldn't have made us roll if it did nothing. So let's keep going.
How introspective
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you.
Foster, as before we keep moving here. I want to
Uh-huh.
drop concentration on Intellect Fortress.
Oh,
Actually,
is it only an hour?
it is.
Yeah, it's for sure gone.
Oh, okay. I didn't even have to drop in the first place. Now that I'm reading the spell, but I like to cast See Invisibility.
Word.
500
Just
midgets are
in
standing
case.
like all around me.
How long does that last?
An hour,
An hour. Cool.
and I don't
Excellent.
have to concentrate on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Sick.
That is really cool.
You all step over this this tripwire, and you turn right down the hall. Then it goes for a while, and there's another right, and then another right. But then it turns back left, and then it turns left again. There doesn't really seem to be many options for most of that. Just kind of a little S hallway for confusion's sake. But then you do come to a point where to your right is a hallway and ahead of you is a hallway. With 60 feet of dark vision, though, you can see to your right there seems to be some sort of decorative altar with almost more like a table, but like things. What would you call that? Like on like the Day of the Dead when they make a little place and they put a bunch of things as like remembrance to the whatever. What was it?
Like a shrine?
Yeah, like a shrine, kind of like a shrine. And this has a number of things on it that you can't quite make out from this distance. What everything is exactly, but you can tell it's down there. Which way do you want to go?
How
30 feet.
Yeah, the one that I can't see down.
The other one, you can also see the end of it, and it turns left. So you're not sure what goes all the way around there, but you can't from this distance. You can't see.
I gotta do my video game Luke Goblin logic and check every cranny before moving on.
Word.
So I'll head that way.
As you approach, I need Willa to make me a perception check with advantage, please.
Oh my god. Oh. This is actually really scary.
You got this.
A 12. Oh my god, the dice
Could be
rolls
worse.
tonight. It could be worse. 12 is above 10.
It is above 10.
Which is middle of the road.
And truly, this perception check was just to see an object. So you're not getting like a bunch of detail, but you know, as you approach, there's many things on this altar, on the shrine. There is like a red silk tapestry draped over the top of it, but there seem to be like a gold candelabra is here, or like a bronze compass is here. You see what now is a very rotted fruit, but at some point was like a very fine fruit basket is here.
Gross.
But Willa, you see in the very center of this table, thanks to See Invisibility, the outlines of a bronze lamp, a genie lamp.
Motherfucker. What the fuck?
Would I know that it's a genie lamp?
Well, whether you know it or not, you see that's invisible and nothing else is.
Okay. What's everybody else doing as we enter this room here?
Looking at a pile of garbage.
Kinpath is also like, oh, this is neat. I should leave this probably because it is sacred to somebody else.
Okay, Willa's gonna walk up and grab the invisible object.
Where?
Sort of like
No.
in this manner, like end here, handle here.
Third
Cool.
character.
I pick it up.
Delicately. Make me
I
a
move it
sleight of
around?
hand check, please.
Riley touching wish magic is the most terrifying thing I
Oh
can
my
fucking
God.
imagine.
I just don't want to screw
Wow.
up Kinfeth's story
This
here.
rolls,
Uh,
dude. Holy crap.
My only goal.
No worries on that. I've locked in here. You with a
It's above a
horrible
10.
flub. As you're trying to inspect it, your hand slips and you rub along the side of this lamp, and you hear a very jovial laugh. It has been so long since anyone has found my lamp.
I'm gonna scream and drop it.
Oh,
It falls to the floor, but rising from its spout, you see orangish red genie who has all of his hair is sort of pulled into the middle in little binds that kind of run down the middle and flow down the back. He's got gold bands around his neck and around his arm. He looks down at Willa and the rest of you.
Okay, everybody else can see him. That's good.
Yes, everybody can see him. He says,
Is the lamp now visible? Sorry.
yes, I'm going to say the lamp is now visible.
Okay.
He comes out and says, well, hello, friends. My name is Narak. It is quite wonderful to meet you all. But I think that might be where we end this week's session.
Yeah.
I get to grant wishes.
what?
Well,
Let it be
You get to
so.
meet a genie.
The fact that you
Line
like,
up, line up.
don't even understand the concept that you're grappling with is why I'm fucking terrified. I get to grant wishes, you say as you open a fucking genie lamp. Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't mean to.
Willa
rolled
didn't
above a
mean
10.
to. You did, motherfucker.
I
You did. You chose to touch the genie lamp and you fucking knew it.
Is that 2 for
Oh,
2
you're
on
fucking-
Genies from the Dark Forest then?
Well, okay, Aquarius was not a genie. We
Look.
just treated her like one for the subclass.
She was a god in a bottle.
Well, yeah, but only because you put her in a canteen.
And drank it. That's 2 for 2 on Genies from the Dark Forest, one way or another.
Technically.
I'd like to drink the genie.
Yes.
I drink of
A
genie.
really out of character thing for you to say, Willa.
2 more requests.
This can't be the genie, right?
As far as you know, what you were told by a spider sometime, not you, but other people who were there, there's only one left.
Found it.
Well,
And
we gotta
Ebenezer
fucking
would
kill
have
it,
shit his
right?
pants, bro.
Clarification for conversations in the future. We were all there when that was spoken, right?
You were.
Except for
Okay.
Willa.
Yeah, I mean, Will and Finnan weren't.
And Finnan, yeah, because that was seconds before we ditched Morgan in the Feywild.
I ditched
Yeah.
you. No.
Oh, okay. You.
I
We
broke up with you.
persevere.
That's-
Hold on there, Skippy.
Say
the
that in
camera
character, I dare
continued
you.
with us, Mr. Side Quest off screen.
well,
I would like a side story, just you and me.
I mean, I would do it.
Just put it on the YouTube
Foster and
channel or
Parker get together
side-
and talk about cosplaying a prince.
That's called fanfic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know our next several weekends are kind of bad, unfortunately. If there is any time we could fit in like a short weekday session, like 2 hours, done by 10:30 kind of thing, I'd love to, because I believe, I mean, at least I know Zach has at least a potential something on at least one or maybe both of the 13th and 14th next weekend. Is that right?
It's a half-baked commitment to either the 12th or the 13th. If it happens the 12th, it would absolutely be after work in the evening, which would make D&D hard. 13th would be dice toss on when it would happen. It's not my thing. I'm helping someone move, and I'm not gonna run out if I tell them I'm gonna do it. So I don't know what that looks like. And then cards on the table. I move the weekend of the 20th. I'm not doing D&D the